And we are on. Welcome to the Bantering Weebs. My name is Co, and yes, I am still trying to resurrect General Leo. It's a little Easter egg for you. All right,
Damn.
and then
Wait, what?
bam, 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 bam. I got Zip right here.
He is got me confused for a second, but yo, Zip, your support, simple, quick and easy. we got we
Nice,
got
dude.
our boy over
Off to a
Are
here.
good
you
start.
sure?
we got our boy over here. Sir, good good daddy.
That's me.
Mr. Good Crunch at the moment.
It's a good crunch.
It is good. You know what I'm eating? I'm eating some tom yum flavored salted egg shrimp heads,
And like we said,
which
Mr. Good Crunch.
which can be found at Baba's house in downtown Oakland.
Nice, nice plug.
Nice plug.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
Very
Nice plug.
subtle.
There you go. Yeah. I'm noticing this dude next to me, Semi Evil Joe.
Yo,
That's right.
I'm Semi with Joe. You're a filthy casual. Current debuff, blind.
Did you just call yourself a debuff?
No, I said current debuff, blind.
Oh, current. Yeah. Oh, like, yeah. It is. Yeah. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
All right. And then yeah, well, today we will open with our opening segment, which is show me what you got. And I will kick it off. My show me what you got isn't with anything in particular. It is getting ready towards Fanime, and I guess the quote unquote convention season, which is you
Convention
know
crunch.
yeah, convention crunch. So basically, um, there's Fanime, and I also have Crunchyroll Expo on deck, and after that, Summer Sack Anime on deck. So to me, I mean, those are the ones that I'm looking forward to. It's the first conventions that I know me and I know Joe are going to since the pandemic, and I think Zip already has been going to going to events, and he will mention that when it's his turn. He'll mention that when it's his turn. But as for me, I'm getting some cosplays ready. Um, so I'm currently working on a Naruto cosplay, and I am trying to also see if I can pull off an evil Ryu. Um, because my first ever cosplay was a Ryu cosplay all the way back in 2002. So I am gonna try to evolve that with an evil Ryu.
And
See how that works while I'm playing around
evolution.
for a little bit. An evolution, yep, exactly, an evolution. Um, yeah. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it's been 2 years, and I just can't wait to be back with the group of people, a whole crowd of people that's into the same stuff that we're all into, like anime, video games, and that whole pop culture thing. So, looking forward to it, and just gearing up for it. And with that said, I will move on to Zip, and he will mention what he just the event that he just did.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work in mine. Um finish we just finished Race Wars itself. Pretty much it's a very huge car event, a car show over in that was over in Sonoma Raceway. Um, I'm part of Dreamscape, which is cosplays and conventions itself. You're gonna be seeing more of that coming in. I'm gonna talk about about that a little bit in a second itself. Um, it was a huge success. They greenlighted Sonoma greenlighted us as of from what I know as of right now to have it for ready for next year. So there's for sure, the green light that will go be Race Wars itself is going to be a Sonoma Raceway again next year. On top of that, Race Wars Sacramento Raceway, put in your calendars if you can, August 20th. That's Saturday. It's a one-day event itself. That's Race Wars.
Okay,
Race
got it.
Wars, August 20th at the Sacramento Raceway. I'll be again, probably a good chance I'll be helping with the staff as well as being a vendor with Dreamscape. On top of going segue back into that is I'm part of the staff of Dreamscape itself. I'm pretty much the volunteer person there itself, and pretty much any event I'll be part of itself, be taking care of and helping out. Looks like little hiccup with our boy Good Daddy itself might have just dropped out.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Oh, everything going crazy. Hold on.
The shuffle. Shush.
The shuffle. The shuffle.
Boom,
All
back
right.
where I belong.
Yeah,
Okay. And so we'll be at Race Wars August 20th. We're gonna have scattered
just
throughout that. Our event is gonna be in September. Be on the lookout itself for that. Details and location will be pronounced very shortly. Follow Dreamscape_CC on Instagram itself. There's so much other stuff. Be on the lookout itself. On top of that, a little side note that's outside of everything else. Want you guys to give me some good vibes itself, as I just had an interview today.
Ooh.
And so far it looks good itself. So I might be going to a new job soon.
oh,
Yo,
nice.
congratulations. Amazing.
Very big, potentially very big race.
That's what, dude.
Good
Secure
luck.
the bag, dude. Secure that
My
bag.
only
So
question
that's
or
that's
my
pretty much
hint
my
is it with Pat?
show what you got.
Is it with Pat? You don't have to say what company. Just say is it with Pat or not.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Nope.
That'd be dope if it was.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, are
okay.
you trying to get a squad?
I'm
Squad going?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just
Put
throwing
it
your name
this
out
way.
there.
It's good. What I'm gonna be doing is not somewhat IT. It's somewhat not IT related.
So it somewhat is related to IT.
And
Wait, what?
yeah, that's pretty much what my show what you got. Just be on the
Okay.
lookout for Dreamscape and Race Wars.
Nice, dude.
It means
All
car
right.
racing, not the other.
Yeah, dude. The best of luck to you.
Not entirely
on that.
related. There'll be some parts of IT, but it's not fully related.
As long as you get paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that, we go to Batty Good Daddy.
Boom. Okay. So
What you
today,
got? Show me what you got.
for my Show Me What You Got today, I went to a screening at the Roxy in San Francisco of a short movie that I star in called, well, it's actually done for this dance company, by this dance company called Mudwater. And they're dope, dude. Every single one of them is so gifted. And they actually were able to fly in a cinematographer from LA, who really took care of that film, and showed it a lot of love. So I just was so stoked to just be part of it. The part that I was in basically was the dance troupe or the dance company is like partially. Oh, David's gone. Oh, well, he'll be back. Looks like he's dropping out. Nope. Okay, never mind.
Wah,
So
wah, wah.
yeah, well, basically we shot some stuff on BART. around Berkeley Station, stuff like that, like going up and down. We did like me and three other violinists did like improv to them improving too. So it was kind of cool. That's the footage I'm in on. It was kind of like a cool story. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was fucking dope, dude. Had a lot of heart in it. What can I
How was
say?
the directing style? Were you directed? Was there a script, or you just
No,
shoot?
I
Improv.
mean, like, yeah, there was definitely
And there goes the stream. And what?
that means David's back.
Okay, what the
There we
hell
go.
just
There he is.
And
You
we're
got dropped
fast.
out. You got dropped out. So yeah,
Yeah,
there was direction. There was direction. But as for like the dances that they were gonna do in front of the camera, I think they had choreographed because they had stuff prepared there. And but not all of it was choreographed. There's like some like freestyle and some choreographed stuff, or perhaps stuff that they just had been working on, and we just ad lib to what they did. So that part wasn't
nice.
directed.
What kind of dance was it? Was it kind of like free? It was like what you said, freestyle. Like, was it what
It's turfing.
West Side, West
It's
Side Story
turfing.
kind of surfing? Oh, okay, got it. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. That's all you had to say.
Yeah,
Turfing.
it's about turfing, and
It's about
it's
surfing. Okay,
it's
that's cool.
fucking dope,
That is
dude.
cool.
Yeah,
That and surfing. That's a Bay Area thing.
yeah, it's a Bay thing.
Yeah.
Yep, with it. So yeah, that's let's see. That one was for today. The shop's doing pretty good. We're starting to host more events and stuff. I got the sound sounding pretty good in the snack shop. So much so balanced that we had some of our friends come by who are major selectors, and they played a bunch of vinyl for us, and it was cool. It felt like a boiler room session. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, but basically they have like DJs in like these like interesting places, like a basement or something like that, and then they just have like everyone in there. But it's a private event, so it was really chill. Anyways, besides that, I think that's all I
Hmm.
got to show.
Hmm. That's a lot to show. That is pretty. That's packed.
Thank you.
That's sardine packed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Air pressured. Talking about suction. Speaking of suction, yeah.
That's a good one.
There's your
That's a good one.
transition.
That's a good one.
Is
Kevin
Kirby next?
Good
Is
Evil
Kirby?
segue.
Joe.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So my show me what you got, or the lack of, is my vision. It actually went out again. My right eye is blurry. Blood leaked out and has made my vision blurry. I can't see on my left already. Doctor already told me that it's pretty much surgery is not going to help. So I'm pretty much blind on my left. Right eye is currently blurry. So I've taken a couple weeks off from work and just sitting here listening to Netflix and kind of staring at the TV and seeing colorful shapes move around. Uh, got to hit up my list of movies and series, and I watched Juno Origins. And seeing that it's blurry, I don't get to see any jump scares. And I told that to Bones, and Bones is like, "That's cheating." That
That's
Yeah, that is
cheating.
basically.
whatever. Unfortunately, there's only one season of it. There's only one season. I think it says 2020 when it was done. So hopefully, there's another season that will come out for that. Uh, just finished Amazon Prime's The Tick season 1 and 2, which is cool.
Nice.
It's a little bit different than the guy who played Putty in Seinfeld's Tick. Once again, all the other supporting characters besides Arthur is different. There's no Batman. Well, there's no Deflator Mouse from the
Wow.
cartoon. None of that. So it's always new
No
villains and
American made.
characters. No American made. No. What was she? What was she called in the live action? Because American Made was the
Ah,
cartoons.
yeah, I
Then
didn't
they.
actually watch much of the live action.
Mm,
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, that only went up to season 2. That ended. Uh, watched the second season of Naked Director. That should be its final season. It doesn't seem like it's gonna travel into a third season on that one.
Oh, really? It's like a
Yeah,
very obvious ending.
I, I don't know where you can go from there.
Mm.
I don't know. I I'm kind of I'm kind of pissed on when the characters um one of their characters' outcomes, but other than that, it's pretty good. Um, it's like drama, yakuza, softcore. It throws all that in there and entrepreneurial um,
Nice.
hardships and just pretty much living fast, dying hard. You know what I mean? Like it's that
Dying hard.
Wow.
not what I meant, guys.
Wow.
Not what I meant.
Got him.
Um, as far as video games, seeing that I'm kind of blind, I tried playing Monster Hunter Rise during the first week of my eyes being bad, and I couldn't really see shit. Like everything was blurry. All I could see is this. I went into a hunt for Magnum Malo, so I know it's a big purple cat,
Oh,
and I'm
crap.
just running around. I'm like, okay, I can't see the mini map. I can't really see where to go, and I see like little like red, yellow icons for the characters, the players that are out there. So I was like, okay, if I could just follow that and just cut through the whole map and get to that, I can get to the boss or the boss monster. So I did that. My tactic worked. I got there.
Uh-huh.
I just played really safe, came in and out with a sword and shield. I
Mhm.
would attack and then keep holding my run button. So I would desheath, run off, and then like get heal because I could tell my health bars green colors like or yellow is down. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I know I can heal. So I run back, heal, just hit and run tactics, boom, 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 and then the monster takes off on me. I was like, shit.
Oh
Where do
no.
I go? And I just like look for the next guy who's like right by me. I can see the
Uh-huh.
name. I was like, I'm following you. You better leave me there.
That's so funny.
And then he takes off. I'm like, fuck. He map teleports. I'm like, okay. So I just kept on turning around 360 until I could find another character. Boom, another character. Just cut through the whole map. Got to him, fought him, and I actually was able to cut Magnum Wallow's tail off
No way.
and kill him. I was like,
Oh
wow, this shit's on
man.
hard mode. I swear to God, he ran like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, that's too
Dang.
much.
Yeah,
He,
that's
he should
tough.
only ran like 2, maybe 3,
What the?
but 4, that's too much, guys. I was in big
That's
help,
fucking tight, actually.
and I
That's
didn't
that
die.
is
I
cool.
didn't cart.
Dude, and like really think like, do you think any of those guys would be like, oh yeah, we're playing with a blind guy? Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking noob.
I want to see the DPS meter, bro. Let's see the real results.
yeah. What's up with that?
I'm
That is
probably
crazy.
either second or third. I'm definitely not first. That's for damn sure. I wasn't playing hammer, so I went with the safe route of sword and shield because I could just hit and run tactic.
Hmm.
Versus hammer, I'm charging and I'm slowly walking to him and then hoping my big swing hits.
Hmm.
That's hard.
Hmm.
Um,
And miss,
yeah, and
especially
whiff.
with the right now with at
Yeah,
with,
I would whiff so hard with the hammer.
especially Magawalo when Magawalo constantly jukes back and
Oh
forth.
god, he's so
Oh,
fast.
that's right.
He's
Magnum
so
Malo is
fast.
a pain, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I went to
yeah, because
an
he keeps on jumping
Apex
back and forth all over the place.
Ziggurar, Apex Ziggurar. Ooh,
Uh,
that was hard. I got one shot. I was like, okay,
Oh,
I'm turning it off. I'm
damn.
done. I'm good. I'm
Wow.
already. I'm like max geared. I'm like, and I got one shot. And I was like, okay, I'm turning it
Damn.
off. I'm turning it off. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I bet
Um,
if you had like armor potion, dongo,
real,
maybe not
really
one
buff it up.
shot.
Maybe if I spec into some defensive jewels or
Yeah.
decorations,
Yeah, or
maybe
I
my
think like
DPS will hurt though. A lot of my
yeah, like
jewels are based on attack.
I think you just need thunder resist, right?
Well, he slapped me with his freaking tail, so
Oof.
he got me good.
Oof.
You know he
Oof.
does like that 360 slap tail down. Yeah,
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that got me good. I was like, all right, fuck you.
Tastes like
um,
cookies.
I recently re-downloaded a mobile game from my phone, which is Dead Ahead Zombie Warframe, Warfare, Warfare.
Warfare.
Yeah, it's kind of like resources build up in time. You send your troop out, and you have like your deck. So you send out. You have like a set characters that you put up, and you send them out, and they just clash against the zombies.
Yeah.
The predecessor game to that was Dead Ahead, and you're like on a vehicle, and you would ride through through the game through zombies and stuff like that, and try like to dodge it. So same artwork, same art style, new characters.
Nice.
It's a fun game.
Awesome.
Um, I think that's pretty much it. So I talked about Juno. I talked about Naked Director and Tick. Those are the things that I've currently finished. My eye is still kind of getting better. I can kind of like I was telling the guys, it's like a little gray black octopus floating around in the center of my
Ah,
sight. So he swirls around. There's also particles of the blood cells creating the kind of blurriness also. So
When
it's
you say the
Man.
octopus, I imagine the anime version of that. Just like just like floating around there.
well, it's like think of like a bunch of like black streaks, and it has like a three-dimensional space, so it can spin around this way, it can spin around
Yeah.
up and down. It just floats around. So he's just there going, "Woo! I'm inside your eyeball." I'm
is
like,
it always
damn
in
it!
the center?
Yeah, it yeah, it never moves to the left or right. He just floats around in the
Got
center
it.
mass.
So that
Oh.
guy has to like go away for you to be able to
Yeah,
see better.
he needs to at least get on a diet and thin out.
Well,
Ah,
let's all say some healing thoughts,
Yeah.
healing prayers. If you're not religious, just say healing thoughts to Joe to get his eyes better.
Send the healing
yep.
thoughts, good vibes,
Yep,
all that.
all that stuff.
Send the goodness his way.
Oh, that was Karate Kid Part 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I always liked
Break the
this one
ice.
where he does that one like you know what I mean? That one like that. It's part of his like he does this
Yeah.
thing, right? And then he like does this
Oh,
and then he goes
it,
like that.
I think it was because of the
Oh yeah,
little
yeah,
kiss drum, right? The dum 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 dum
yeah.
dum dum
The
Yeah.
dum
Yeah, the
dum.
drum. It was the drum.
the drum.
The drum.
Yeah,
The kid drum.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dum
Yeah,
dum dum
but
dum 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 dum.
yeah.
yeah, but that's my favorite of the series. But that's also when you realize that Daniel-san is actually a jerk. Remember, in when they were breaking the ice, those military guys were just
Oh
letting
yeah,
off some steam and breaking ice, and he's like telling her, "Oh, they're doing it all wrong." I was like,
yeah,
"Dude, it's just some dudes that are just like letting off steam, and you're trying to show off."
yeah. Dana Russo, I think, is established as a bit of a turd.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, he's a turd.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is a bit of a turd, he really is. He's
All right.
like
Well.
Luke. He's like Luke, you
Oh,
know,
look at
pre-adventure.
the
He pre-adventure Luke.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
man.
like, it's
All
like
right.
hey, anyone watch Cobra Kai? They already discussed about him being a dick throughout episode the Karate Kid.
The first season
Yeah.
where he kind of points out everything like, bro,
He
you're
was actually
really
being a
shitty.
bully.
You started it with my
Yeah,
girl.
and to think this all started as like a meme years ago when people were saying, "What if Daniel Sung really was the bad guy in the Karate Kid?" This that all started years ago, and
Yep.
now it's blossomed
It,
into
What's
it's
it?
Cobra
it's
Kai.
it's
Everyone's
now
like, "What's
it's
this
now
making
head canon.
canon?
It's
What's this
head
Yeah,
making
canon now.
canon?"
yeah, it's canon now. Can't
Yep,
can't can't go back now. All right.
can't
Well,
go back. So I think
with
that's
that,
pretty much my yeah. That's my show me
show
what
me
you got.
what you got. All right. Sorry, Joe, to cut you off. I thought you were
No,
done.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, um, so now to my two bits portion of it.
My
Um,
two pits.
my two pits. Yeah, yeah. I have the Hounds of Justice, Roman Reigns. Okay. So I wanted to bring up the this whole streaming thing is it was kind of an evolution of TV, and I wanted to bring up the fact that Netflix has lost subscribers for the first time in a long time. Um, Netflix has always been revolutionary. Like 10 years ago, I remember when you know they were just DVD service. Um, we
Mm-hmm.
live in the South Bay, and Netflix actually generated a lot of jobs. I know this firsthand because I worked in manufacturing. I was a lead and I used to manage temps. And some of the temps that I worked with, they were also working at Netflix. Um, so I mean, I never worked as a job. I never worked with Netflix, but I know them indirectly by the people that work there. Anyway, but yeah, they when they were a DVD rental place, mail order DVDs, they were a very big employer in the area. Um,
Hmm.
they kept a lot of people working.
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
I
yep.
mean, one of my high school friends, her brother worked for the HR department for Netflix, which was pretty cool. So he got to fire people, I think. But you know what was cool? Since he knew I liked anime, and they would get sample DVDs from anime companies, and he would give me those samples. So I would get like episode
Nice.
ones, episode twos
That is
of
cool.
just random
Oh, that's
animes.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Nice.
I missed
That was
that.
cool.
I,
Yeah,
I missed that.
and and they had company practices because most of the people that were working there, most of the force were they were just putting in DVDs in sleeves all day and putting them out to ship. So they would have someone direct them to exercise. So I think it was every 2 hours they had to get up. I don't know if it was every hour, every 2 hours, but they had to get up and stretch, and they had someone leading the stretch.
Very Japanese of
Um,
Wow.
them.
yeah, because it's a repetitive work,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So I
Fires.
thought that
Doop,
was neat.
doop,
Yeah,
doop.
yeah. And then um, they had that, and then they branched out into the streaming service, and this is when this was very revolutionary at the time. Well, before this, I know me and the other weebs, we got a lot of our streaming content, anime streaming content. It wasn't streaming, but off of torrent sites. I know I got mine off of LimeWire. Um, you know, um, but yeah, proper,
Or
Netflix.
you knew a guy who knew a guy, and he's like, "Hey, just give me a hard drive. I'll load it with a bunch of anime." Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
we
at work.
we all
I
know that
remember at
person.
work. Yeah, at
Yep.
work we actually passed out a hard drive, and then we just put our stuff like there was people would just pile their stuff on the hard drive, and then people would just copy that. So
Since it was the external hard drive, was it called the D drive? They wanted the D.
the D, the,
Oh yeah.
yeah, not family show, but yeah, pretty much. All right. All right, we're getting off the rails here, guys. This is a family
uh,
show.
You guys are
Um,
going down that memory lane
No, it's not.
with
What the
yeah,
hell are you thinking?
with the D.
we did not
scumbag,
put a PG
scumbag life.
13 on
I,
this.
I said as a mature audience. What are you talking about?
Rated M for mature.
Yeah.
Rated E for
Exactly.
everyone.
How, bi- how how many times you cuss and how off the rails we get? Come on,
Oh,
I can't have it as a normal.
Nah, dude. Nah,
Yeah,
dude. This podcast should be rated H for hentai.
yeah,
H for husky.
exactly,
Husky.
exactly.
Rated E for etchy.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
But
Yeah.
But
Ready beef for
you
Baka.
kind of you kind of figured that we were going to get to this. Netflix has had a lot of competition now. Even Comcast is getting into the game with streaming. There's Disney, there's Hulu Plus. So I want to put it to the panel here. When does the bubble burst with all these streaming services?
Now,
It
Yeah,
already
I
burst.
mean,
Like it
yeah,
pretty much already burst,
it's
dude.
getting too saturated at this point. I mean, think about it also this way with the Netflix. It's the one that killed most like mom and pop or like big brick DVDs,
Yeah, brick and mortar. Yeah, yeah, brick and
like
mortar stores.
Blockbuster,
Yep,
Hollywood Video.
Hollywood
Hollywood
Video,
Video.
I mean, those were like
Exactly.
big
the
names,
small,
and look, they're
yeah,
crushed
yeah.
because of like you know mail order DVDs, and then you also have Redbox, which came a little bit later. So you got a
Oh,
pioneering thing.
Redbox was the nail in the coffin for the video store,
Yeah,
for the common video
pretty much.
store. Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, a vending machine. I had a cousin who worked at Blockbuster, and I used to tell him, "So how does it feel to be replaced by a vending machine?"
That's cold blooded. Cold blooded.
yeah, dude, it's real.
I would tease
Yeah,
him.
Real.
It was he wasn't out of the job yet, but like he was in competition.
I
But yeah, he
you
was
know
working at like the only Blockbuster in Fremont because there was a Blockbuster in Fremont. I think the only Blockbuster, and then the other only Blockbuster in town was the one in McKee and Capitol. That was the one of the last Blockbusters in town, and
I remember
before
that
that
yep,
one.
shut down.
Over by
yep,
Yeah,
the Burger King across from
yeah, by
Toys
the
R
Burger
oh
King.
Us.
Yep,
yeah,
by the
Black
Burger
yep,
Cat.
King. Yeah, that was a
Where
by
you
the
big
used to
one.
old
hang.
Toys R Us.
Yep.
yeah.
Damn. By the
Yep.
old hometown buffet.
The hometown
Yep.
buffet.
Home,
There was a
the
Pizza
Toys R
Hut
Us,
there.
the home that I play, the
TK.
Pizza
I
Hut,
think there's a TK there too.
There's oh yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
it's still there. TK
TK
Noodles. Yep.
over
TK.
in that spot. Wait, no.
Or did it
But
come later? It might have came later.
TK was yeah, TK might have came later, but it was
It
there for
came
a while.
later.
Yeah.
It was there
Yeah.
for a while.
Hmm.
Yep.
What
So
else? Yeah,
yeah, so you got the
good stuff.
streaming, right?
Oh yeah, there was a JC Penney's there for like for hella decades.
Was
Forever.
there? I know there's a
All
Montgomery
Sally's.
Ward.
was
Montgomery
Yeah,
it?
it was
Ward.
Montgomery Ward. It was
Oh,
Montgomery Ward.
like all the way on the
Yeah.
left side, this side of the
Yeah,
Electric
airport.
Avenue. Yeah.
we're right
Yeah.
now where Target's at now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
That was
Montgomery
Montgomery
Ward.
Ward. Yeah.
I
There we
think
go.
So
Sally's
Oh,
beauty salon's still there too. Like the
yeah, it's still there.
oh,
beauty
that's
supplies.
right. Holy shit.
Sally's.
And
I
Five
think
Guys Burger is there. Yeah.
the card comic shop is gone.
Yeah, it's
Space
gone.
Cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gone.
Yeah.
oh
I don't know
It's
if
man.
he
gone.
moved anywhere, but that owner was kind of a turd.
But I used
I
that.
miss it, but I don't miss it because the owner was a
Yeah,
douche.
he was a turd burglar. He
Mhm.
told Bones, he's like, "Hey Bones," oh, so he was like interviewing him, right? And he's like, "What's your favorite sports team?" And Joe's like, "I don't really watch, sports or anything like that." And he's like, "What are you, gay?" Joe's like, "What is it?
Uh,
That doesn't have
what?
nothing to
Wait,
do with."
what? Dude, oh, he's
Yeah,
one of those.
he's
You
one
know
of
why
Yeah,
those
he
guys.
said that, right? Because I think one of their biggest selling items was the
Sports
cards.
cards. Yeah, it
Yep, the
was.
sports cards.
I think
Yeah,
everything else was second, like the comic books and the gaming
yeah.
cards. He wanted
yeah,
to be a sports card place, but I think what sells works.
yeah.
So,
'Cause I know why. I know this because there was a lot of theft going on with the sports cards. Don't ask
uh,
me how I know and who
I
I
should have
know,
stole
but
stuff
yeah.
there.
Um,
Well then.
That should have been my contribution to that store. I should have stole stuff there. Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah, my contribution to that store was all those quarters I put into that
Oh yeah,
MVC machine, dude.
Oh,
that was the place where I played a lot of Marvel.
Yeah.
They had yeah, they had Marvel there. They had I used to play Mortal Kombat 3 there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was that and the Pizza Hut.
And the Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
That was
Actually,
my
that
Pizza
and the
go-to
Hut
Pizza
was
arcade.
Hut.
over there.
Yep, those are two arcades
just
that
around that area.
pretty much to
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
Yep, that
Yep.
we go to in the
S-
weekends and stuff.
Speaking of
Yeah.
another comic book place that has cat in it, Black Cat Comics in Rocky Milpitas, the owner Kazi and them, they actually closed down their comic book shop, but it's
Oh,
now owned by new owners and it's a different name. I don't know if it's in the same spot, but good
it was
luck
over by
to
the McDonald's, right?
before. They moved it to Old Main Street in Milpitas.
Oh.
by the St. John's
Yeah,
Church.
Oh.
it was
So
Okay.
yeah,
before.
but before it used to be over by the McDonald's and
Yeah,
whatnot. And
yeah.
what is the
Oh,
old orchards?
do you know Space Cat? I think Space Cat actually moved to off San Carlos or something like that.
Well, I'm not shopping there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm.
But yeah.
But
So back to our
sorry for the
topic.
tangent.
No, I mean this is us.
Our
We
usual
tangent.
bantering
We
weebs off
tangent.
topics.
Yeah. I mean we like
We
to
Oh,
banter
banter.
to another topic to another
oh,
topic.
That's the
sorry.
thing. Yeah.
So
Segue back to the main. Let's go.
well, yeah. So
Yeah.
like with Netflix is now more streaming, their DVDs are starting to disappear. I don't know
Yeah,
what's the next step in the visual evolution, um, because you have all these other companies now. You have what Disney Plus, you
Yeah. And
have
you
and
have
Hulu,
yeah.
you
And
you have
Amazon
Disney
Prime.
Plus. You have
Um.
You have
Yeah.
HBO
HBO. You have
Max,
HBO Max.
Hulu.
HBO
You
Max.
have
Peacock.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
You have HBO. You have Paramount.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Paramount Plus.
that's like
Yep.
five,
Yeah.
six right there.
Yeah.
There's like
There's
five, six
Peacock.
right there. All, and
Peacock.
each
Yeah.
one's is
Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah. I know.
Another one.
Yeah.
Peacock.
Peacock.
Um.
So it's
I,
like,
I,
yeah,
Netflix lost a lot of
it's
money
so
this
saturated
past quarter.
now.
Yeah, definitely. Netflix lost a lot of money this past quarter due to subscriber loss, and I just hope that Netflix doesn't stray from the path of taking chances. Because one of the things that I like Netflix is that they're not afraid to take chances. So, I know
Yeah,
that Cowboy Bebop flopped, but I mean, they at least took a chance on it. Stranger Things is a hit.
Oh yeah.
Stranger Things is awesome.
And there should be another
Um,
season coming out.
yeah, and
yeah.
The Witcher is awesome.
Yes.
The Witcher is awesome.
Another season coming out on that one soon too.
Yeah. So I just hope that they don't radically. I mean, it's a publicly owned company, so they're gonna have to make changes. But I just hope it doesn't change what they do, which is it's kind of like Nintendo. Nintendo kind of messes up here and there, but they're not afraid to take chances. Like with the
Yeah,
Switch, they messed up with the Wii U, but they did the Switch. Without the Wii U, they we wouldn't get the Switch. So I just hope that Netflix just doesn't stop taking risks because that's what I like about the company. Um, so I understand that they have to be safe, but I hope they don't become too safe.
yeah,
And eventually, I think all these streaming companies are going to eventually get bought up. It's kind of like cell phones. Remember when we had MCI and we had Singular and we had AT&T and
we
and we
had
had Verizon and
Verizon,
we
we
had
had
Sprint.
Sprint, we had
Yeah,
T-Mobile, we had Cricket.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
now
Metro
there's only what,
PCS.
three? I think there's like two or three now.
There's
Three.
three, but AT&T and Sprint merged.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so did
Yeah. Oh no
T-Mobile
no no.
and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Metro.
Yeah. I'm sorry. T-Mobile and Metro merged. AT&T and I'm sorry. It was AT&T and T-Mobile. AT&T and T-Mobile merged. So
Hold on, let me
yeah.
go look at my stocks about that.
They just merged recently then?
Yeah. AT&T. It was AT&T and T-Mobile.
T-Mobile is still
18.
its own.
I because I'm still T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything on my
AT
end
AT&T and Singular, I know they merged.
because I think T-Mobile
Oh,
took
T-Mobile. I'm
Sprint.
sorry. T-Mobile and Sprint. Yeah. So three.
T-Mobile and Sprint.
T-Mobile and Sprint. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
remember
was
the chirp
T-Mobile
chirp
and
where you
Sprint.
at? That's
Yeah.
Sprint.
Yeah.
I had Sprint for a while, but yeah. So three. AT&T, Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So three. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think the industry is going to consolidate eventually. But
I
right
mean,
now we're kind of in the chaos
we
form.
we saw the consolidation with Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Um,
Now,
two much smaller companies, though. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Than
true.
like
But
Netflix. I
well,
think that
well,
Netflix
they're very
actually went down
specialized.
because of the pandemic. Like it went up at first because of the pandemic, but then
oh yeah,
once people are afraid that like the economy is going to crash, because like a lot of people are afraid that our economy is going to crash because within the last
Yeah.
last year, I think it was like
oh,
I think I saw a statistic was like the U.S. printed 40% of all currency that's in circulation, and I think I even saw 80%, but I would believe forty
oh,
percent more.
the stocks went down today. The
Oh
stocks went
no,
down. It's starting to be, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
my
and I
AT&T
mean
stock went down.
like for example, S&P 500 was predicted to go like down like a lot.
yeah.
um, because other people are also speculating that the housing bubble is going to burst soon too. The Because like prices are still skyrocketing. If we have to undergo a bunch of inflation because of all the money that's been printed, then lots of things
Yep.
are going to be more expensive, and so we're not going to be able to afford the housing because the housing market is different from like how we calculate inflation and blah blah blah. They just make up fucking numbers, guys. That's how it works. They just make up numbers. And
Oh
like
yeah,
get
yeah.
a
I
regulation,
mean,
dude.
the problem is, and it's hard to regulate because you can raise minimum wage, but then everything else goes up, so you're back to struggling.
Right.
I mean, it's all relative.
So basically it's like with all the inflation, I feel like people don't feel like they can afford Netflix. And Netflix is such like an all-encompassing industry. Like everybody has Netflix. Like everybody has Netflix, right? Even if you're borrowing it from somebody else and using their password. But like I feel like since so many people have been hit economically, then it would reflect on Netflix itself because it's such a big part of our economy. Or no, well, not big part of our
Yeah.
economy,
Well,
but
it's
like
because it's
it's a
a
big industry.
luxury.
Yeah.
It's a luxury. That's why
Yeah.
it's a luxury item.
Yeah. So
Plus,
people are able to drop it.
Hmm.
yeah, and plus, with the pandemic, everybody binged everything that they wanted already. So they're like, well, we have 2 years of binge watching. I think I've watched everything I want. Now I'm gonna go slow down. I'm gonna drop it real quick. I need to make some money.
Right? And you know
That,
how it
Oh,
is, right? If you
yeah,
don't want to pay for it, then you just ask one of your friends for their password.
that's true.
I mean, like if you really can't pay for it, you just why not? Like I bet you like hella people have hella, you know, they're sharing like one password.
Yeah, one
oh, yeah,
password, like 5 accounts in your.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah. I mean, for now, I think we're in the early 2000s, like cell phone portion of the streaming services, where there's just a lot of streaming services. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're in that portion of it right now. So it's just going to be a matter of time. Maybe within the next year or two, everyone's going to consolidate. By the way, Sony actually owns
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Yeah,
Crunchyroll.
so and all of that is under Sony, which is good because I want Sony to succeed as a
Of
company.
course you do, dude.
Yeah, you
Look at that
Sony
fan
boy.
behind you.
I
What do
That's
you
don't know
mean?
why. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what
I
you're
mean,
talking about.
This guy,
I also
I
want my
don't know what you're
portfolio
talking
to
about.
succeed.
Sony boy for life.
I do.
All
For
right. All
life.
right. With that said, I now go to our main topic,
The
which
main
is
event.
the
The
main event,
main
everybody.
event.
And you may want to just sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, because this is going to be a long discussion. Uh,
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll see.
So, oh,
Not if I can help it. No.
And with that,
Really?
guys, we're out. Bye bye.
yeah, we're out.
Tune in next time. Fools.
Till next time.
So,
I'm gonna go
Before
grab the power
before
cable for my uh for my device
Yes,
because it's gonna be
sir.
a long decision or it's gonna be a long discussion. I don't think 7% is gonna cut it. I'll be right
You
back.
cannot escape wrong death.
definitely 7% is not going to cut
yeah.
it.
So
Well,
before Christian goes off as his crazy rant, long rant as usual, we'll stop it now.
Take a breaky break. If you guys are out there in Streamland, I don't know if there's anybody here. Is there anybody? Let's see. I can't tell.
There's
I can't not
well,
see.
whoever's on right now, welcome. Thanks for chilling out, lurking in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. Thanks for
Oh,
hanging out.
That's
Our
Penta.
main topic is going to be about RPGs, JRPGs or American Western RPGs, whatever your flavor is.
I mean, there's two different. I mean, there's a couple different types. There's the action RPG. There's the turn-based RPG. What else is there? Tactical RPG. Tactical RPG. That's my realm, I think.
and we love you, Manuel. How you been? Hope you've been doing well.
I can't find where the Sam Tarnation.
What in
So
Tar
we're
Nation?
taking a brief break right now before we get into our main topic. Our boy right here, he needs to go grab his power cable for his iPad to get charged because I think he's like at 7%. What he said. So yeah, so he's gonna grab it real quick. While we're doing that, we're doing a little intermission,
Intermission.
Going a
talking
little
about some other
intermission.
stuff, see how
Yeah.
everyone else is
So
doing
I wish
out
if we had
there.
any, not subscribers. What do you call it? Supporters out there. This one we can, you know, talk about them. But
Oh,
unfortunately,
Moon
yeah,
Knight.
yeah,
Yes, I have watched the first and second episode so far. I've not follow. I haven't. I've had time to follow up with all the watching the other stuff.
have not seen it
But
yet.
yeah,
Moon
same
Knight,
here.
the first two episodes so far is it's following pretty close to Moon Knight. If you know know Moon Knight, Marvel and the series itself. Um,
I still have to watch Loki.
Yeah, same here. Um, yeah, I'm
yeah.
still in the middle of with Scarlet and um with Scarlet Witch, the Scarlet Witch
Oh, WandaVision.
series. Yeah, WandaVision. Thank you.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
WandaVision.
I
Yeah.
only completed 4 episodes, right where what is it? Monica Rambeau. I forgot her name. The daughter from Captain Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah,
trying to remember the name. Yeah, but
yeah.
uh, yeah, same. I've been working pretty solid during quarantine, so I haven't really been able to do any binge watching. So much
Honestly.
other stuff in the background I've been working on itself. He's on Facebook chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see
he's on the
nothing on
Sorry,
the
face.
Twitch
sorry,
chat.
guys.
He's on no, he's on the
If you're
Facebook.
chatting with us and we don't reply, it's because like I myself have Twitch open. So,
Yeah, I'm
but if you're
honestly on the
on
Twitch side.
if you're on any other like YouTube or Facebook,
Other
what's
platform.
up? Yeah, any other platforms, what's up?
Yeah,
And we're gonna have a nice juicy and meaty discussion.
You hear that, Alan?
I
So
loved it.
juicy, so
I think
meaty.
WandaVision. I think WandaVision really opened up the metaverse for everybody, right?
yes, it did.
Yep.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
And got
it was the first one.
our good boy,
Yeah.
our boy Alan back,
Yo,
getting his iPad on the charge.
that's
So
right.
Get that
All right.
juice.
All right. You ready? All right. Well,
let's roll into our big
moving on to our
discussion.
main topic, which is RPGs. Now, there are various RPG types. I myself am a JRPG fan. Um, I remember my first big, I guess not big RPG, but other than the 8-bit Zelda, my first 16-bit RPG was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest,
Yep.
which wasn't really a Final Fantasy
It
game.
wasn't. It
I
wasn't.
No,
mean, isn't it
yeah,
technically Final Fantasy 3, right?
no,
No,
it's not.
No,
It's not
not
Final
no.
Mystic
Fantasy at
Quest.
all. It's a saga
Mystic
game.
Quest is yeah.
Mm.
Y-
Three
yeah,
is six. 3 is
Yeah,
Final
3 is
6.
Fantasy
6.
3 is
Yeah,
6.
Fantasy Mystic Quest is basically a RPG for beginners.
Hmm.
Very basic plot, but the gameplay was fun. It was simple, but it was fun.
Hmm.
And it wasn't too hard. Um,
That's what she
so
said.
I mean,
Ew.
Ah,
wasn't too
welcome to the Bantering
challenging.
Weebs.
Yeah. The Let me rephrase that. The gameplay was not too challenging.
Ah,
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, the gameplay was not too challenging.
Joe, stop
Objection.
getting your mind out of
Sustained.
the gutter, Joe. All the time.
Yeah.
Objection. Sustained.
Objection!
overruled.
And
Even overruled.
and I also want to move on to my favorite uh role playing game, or one of my favorite video games of all time, was Final Fantasy VI. Now, the first time I played it was called Final Fantasy 3. I remember vividly the day
Nintendo.
I picked that video game. I was at Great Mall Media Play in the Great Mall Milpitas. This was 1994, I believe, and I was there with my aunt. And my aunt, I mean, she always bought me video games. She's the one that bought me my Nintendo. But I remember we were there, and then I had a choice. She said, "Which video game did you want?" And then I remember I was torn between Donkey Kong Country or Final Fantasy, and that was a tough choice
Ooh.
because
Donkey Kong
Donkey Kong
Country
Yeah.
though.
Country had a lot of hype.
That's
Donkey Kong
classic though.
Country had a lot of hype.
It's classic
Um,
though.
so um,
It, the fu-
luckily, I mean, the decision was made that I chose the Final Fantasy 3
Fool.
because my cousin, my cousin ended up getting Donkey Kong Country.
Ew.
So yeah, so I mean that yeah, after that I kind of had regretted it at the time because I was like Donkey Kong Country looks so good. And I wasn't really. I mean, I liked role playing games, but I'm like, I was used to role playing games like Zelda or A Link to the Past. So like turn based RPGs wasn't really my thing yet. So I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure, but I remember reading EGM and GamePro magazine saying this is a really good game. So I got it and I played it, and it was yeah, it was
Yeah.
revolutionary to me. I mean, the storyline, where do I begin with the storyline? The storyline was epic. I'm right, like Final Fantasy VII Remake has all the hype because Final Fantasy VII was really good. It got what most people into RPGs.
Yeah.
Um, but
I would
if
argue that
you go ahead,
3 was a better story.
For
3/6,
me,
yeah, yeah, yes,
for me,
it is a
yeah.
better story.
Final Fantasy 6 is a better
But
story for
And
my
my
furthermore,
point,
I would
me too.
argue it's a better game too.
it is. Oh,
Hi-yo.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing.
Yep.
I'm saying it's one of my favorite video games of all time.
Yeah.
And my
Mhm.
point is that
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting this big remake into next gen graphics because
We've
the
been wanting that though, and that's been like teased at us for years and years
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
Well,
upgraded
my
graphics and all that stuff.
my point is that it'd be almost impossible. Well, it wouldn't be impossible, but it would be really hard to remake a next gen version of Final Fantasy VI because that world is so epic. The world building in that game is so grand. I mean, no,
If you make it
yeah,
into 3D and next gen
yeah,
graphics, that's
yeah,
be so labor intensive.
You know what I
I
think they
mean,
should do? They should just go triangle strategy. So they should just redo all the spells and effects and like maybe some of the enemies and make all those spells and effects like triangle
yeah,
strategy, like 3D but 2D.
yeah.
And
HD 2D, the
Okay.
HD 2D.
that shit is
So
which I
sick.
think Sony is in thoughts of doing remakes of games like that
Yeah. Well,
after Triangle Strategy and Octopath Traveler?
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
my point with this Final Fantasy. So I've been playing Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, and so far I'm enjoying it. My problem is the font. They changed the font, and um
Is it Comic Sans?
yeah, for real. The font isn't the same.
Disgusting.
Now there are mods. There are mods. People are
Sounds
making
New Roman,
mods,
sir.
but I don't really
Hurry
like
up.
it. But the coolest thing about the Pixel remaster, because Hironobu Sakaguchi himself redid the music, and um, the opera part of Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster has actual voice. There's an actual voice, and it's HD 2D. The opera
Mm.
part,
Mm.
the opera part is HD
Yeah.
2D.
And what were you playing this on? What system or console are you playing this on?
So Android.
Oh,
It's
on the cell
it's
phone.
on Steam. It's on
Oh,
Android and it's on Steam. So
hmm.
Square has been doing pixel remasters for all the Final Fantasy games. The for the sprite based Final Fantasy games for the past year.
So
And Final
recently.
Fantasy VI, yeah, recently. So Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster is their latest one. Now, a lot of people believe that they're eventually going to make a compilation and put it all into the Switch.
Let's
So
go.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
put I think they're gonna put all 6 games into the Switch.
So
But for
long as not
now,
the Square Enix cloud system, that's garbage.
Ooh.
no, that can't
The
be
cloud
cloud
system?
system because no,
Yeah,
because
no, I'm
this
saying
is yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
no, it's not gonna be. But
It better not.
so
Well,
far
they did that with Kingdom Hearts, and that's
yeah, but
garbage.
Yeah.
this is sprite based. So Android and right now it's on Android and Steam. So I hope that well, first of all, I wanted to say that the opera version, um, the vocals are sung terribly. Now, it's meant
Uh,
to be
uh,
sung terribly because
Yeah.
the character in that scene is not
that's
supposed to
true.
be
That is
a real
true.
opera singer. So it's meant not to be it's meant not to be sung professionally because she's not a professional singer. She's just posing as an opera singer in that scene, and the whole scene is done in HD 2D, which was really done well,
Nice.
right?
Nice. Okay.
But one of my and a lot of the community complains is that the very beginning of the game, when they show the opening credit scenes, um, there is no opening credit scenes. Even Zip remembers this. You know when the mechs are walking towards
Yeah,
Narsh.
Yeah.
So
and they do the
yeah,
whole pan over
And then
yeah,
itself,
they do the
yeah.
song.
the
There,
song, and
yeah,
then pan
yeah,
over of the
yeah.
of the.
There is no opening credits. So all you see is just the animation of a repetitive animation of the mechs walking towards the city with the song.
Why did they?
Wait,
I
so
think yeah.
no song?
There is a song. The song is there, but the credits were like because when you originally played that, you really felt like you were playing really cinematic game,
Yeah.
like you were
Yeah,
really into it. But it's
you got
lost,
yourself immersive into the game
yeah, because it's
itself,
like
like
you see
right off the
music,
bat, right off
yeah,
the bat.
you see music by Hironobu Sakaguchi. You don't see that. You just see them walking uh towards the city with the music playing. So it makes it less cinematic.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
opening credits, like the music by, uh,
Yeah.
presented by, then
Yeah.
the character and stuff. Then it goes into welcome to blah blah Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
you know, and then open scene.
So
But now it's just the song playing and them just walking towards it. That's it.
yep. The song playing them just walking towards the city.
I
So
can hear the
that
song in my
loses.
head though. I love that song.
That song's legendary.
Is it called
Yeah.
Narsh or is it called something else? I forgot what it's called. The name of
I
the city.
believe the city was
I have
Narsh.
to look that up.
It is
It was
It
Narsh.
was
That's the first
Narsh.
city.
Yeah, it was
was it
Narsh. They were
Welcome to the
walking towards
Jungle?
Yeah.
Narsh.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the jungle.
I'm trying to remember what
So
the title of the song itself was, though.
Was it?
it was the overworld music, right?
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
Alan performs it like regularly.
Hmm. Oh, Return to Narsh, I think is what it's called.
Okay, yeah, yeah. There we
Is it?
go.
Wait,
Return to
maybe,
Narsh.
maybe
Return to
something
Narsh.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Nope, that's the mines.
I
Yeah,
never played that
yeah.
one.
I reckon. Oh,
That
you've
that
never played Final Fantasy VI.
I played everything above 7, so 7, 8, 9,
So
ah.
so you've never
10.
played the sprite based.
So you never
You
suplex a train? Damn.
yeah,
Nope,
you've never suplexed a train before.
I did not
Damn.
Yeah.
suplex the train.
Who
You
else
never
could?
fought a really
What other
annoying
game? What other
octopus?
game or person is able to suplex a
Mm.
train? Come on.
So basically, you've never played the sprite based Final Fantasy games.
No. The closest spriting would be Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's already at the 32-bit spriting.
Oh well, no. See, we have like Alan never watched Batman, so now we have someone that's never played Final Fantasy VI.
The
So
the only earliest Final Fantasy would be Mystic Quest. That's the closest I can say the oldest.
Yeah.
there we go. That's the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. That's the iconic music
Well,
right there. That entrance. That.
Joe,
Yes.
you need to play Final Fantasy VI. you will
Sure.
you will agree with us that the
When your eyes
storyline
get
is
better, you
great.
need to play it.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me check if it's in my collection.
There's a lot of reading, but the game is very well done. There's it's one of
Yeah.
This one
it,
though. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
well,
as soon as he unfreezes. Hey, Alan, can
was
you
I
say your
freezing?
point again? Yeah, you were freezing.
Why is it
Yeah.
always me?
Go ahead and repeat your point
Cause,
again. Go
cause
Okay,
ahead,
you are
go
well,
ahead and
special.
it's always when I'm trying to say shit, dude. Like, okay, basically, to me, FF6 was one of the earlier games that handled multiple storylines at once really, really well.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
yes.
And they do so many. They actually cover every single character's storyline that can
And
be in
how
your
they
party. Mind you,
intermingled
yeah,
Yeah.
each other so
and
well, so
I
fluid.
think it's three parties of four. Is it, or is it four parties of three? Three parties of
Well,
three?
not counting
Three
the
parties of
Mogs,
four.
not counting the Mog parties, because you had those party of Mogs that you were controlling too.
Right. Not
Yeah.
counting the fully Mog party, but with the one Mog,
Yeah,
right? The one
yeah,
Moogle.
Yeah.
But like,
Mm.
I think there were
Well,
there's
it
like
was
12 storylines, 12
yeah.
yeah,
different
yeah,
storylines that you actually follow
Eh,
all the way through.
yeah. And not only that, they made storylines of the optional characters very important. Like,
Oh yeah.
um,
Yes.
yeah, like the ninja. Remember when you go to sleep,
Sh-
you go to
you
sleep
have
in an inn, and
Shadow,
he would Shadow.
Shadow's
Yeah,
thing,
Shadow's dreams.
his
Shadow would
dreams.
dream when you would go to sleep in an inn.
It's
I
fucking
Yeah.
thought that
sick.
was yeah.
Yeah. And
The
That
you
well, you
was
have
mean okay, yeah. So the optional characters, Shadow, Mimic. Um,
um
there's
Gao.
one.
Gal.
Gao is not an optional character, but you do get him. But he is like, you have to get him.
You have to find him. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to get
Yeah.
him.
She had to find him. Yeah.
I
But yeah,
thought.
the game is sick. It's really for me what introduced me to the world of Final Fantasy, and it really expanded a lot on like the lore, just the geographically expanded a lot. It shows you a lot of the culture of the people there, and they have it's like it spans so large that they're going to different countries to like or different what you call it, different not civilizations.
Different worlds.
Continents.
You're
Yeah.
doing different continents.
Well, I really meant like different kingdoms. You could see their different like
Kingdoms.
fashion
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
senses, and
okay.
like all the details are there.
Yeah.
yeah. Not only
Yes.
that, they have the weapons, the moves. I mean, the fighter. You actually have real. fighting inputs, like in Street
Yep.
Fighter.
Yep.
Saban's fighting inputs
Saban's all his martial stats like the
is
I
freaking
still
to
remember
do
forward, back,
to do
forward,
this
pummel.
yes,
pummel the
yes,
freaking the half circle to do
suplex,
the half circle back forth for the suplex
That's
and then
right.
he actually he did a projectile attack.
Yep. And you do a fireball
projectile
for
attack
aura. Boom.
Yep,
for that aura one. Yep.
yeah. So I mean, there's just so many things that we can talk about. Um, Final Fantasy VI that and I remember um letting John, letting John and Darren borrow it for the weekend, and then because I had the actual cartridge, with the map in that big thick um the big thick um manual. So I remember, don't mess up this map. Don't mess up this map. I let him borrow it because I was very hesitant because I was very protective of the game. And then when John gave the map, gave the game back to me, like I don't know who he basically laminated the map.
My
Like,
mom.
oh, your mom? So their mom laminated the
Y-
map. I'm
it's
like,
we're like okay, we're not going to touch it because Christian wants to make sure we keep this pristine. Don't touch it. Don't damage. We want to make sure it's ripped itself. Next thing you know, my mom like freaking lamination. Here you go. Like okay, here Christian.
You can't get mad. An adult did this.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Sorry, I
Gotta
was
love my
going
mom
through my
for that.
list. I was going through my list, and I have for the DS
Ooh,
Final Fantasy 3 and
ooh,
Final
that's it.
Fantasy 4
That's it.
for the DS. Is that what you guys were
those are the 3D remakes. Yeah, those are the
on
3D
on?
remakes.
Well, mine was in 3D. It was on the DS. It wasn't 3DS. It was the regular DS.
Yeah, but
Those are still sealed though.
those are the polygon remakes. Those
Oh,
got
okay.
remade. Yeah, those
Yep.
are the remakes.
Okay.
So out of those two, you should play Final Fantasy IV.
4.
Really?
I
Yes,
don't know. They're still
yes,
sealed.
Final Fantasy IV is really good. Um,
Wait, are they
but
still sealed?
I'm saying Final
Yes.
Fantasy VI, you should play first,
Oh yeah.
and then play four.
I mean, when is it going to be really the Final Fantasy?
Never, and it should never be the Final
No, they've
Fantasy.
gone MMO, so there's never going to be a Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Which I heard is free to play now, and I heard it's good.
I heard it's real good.
I mean, I lost my job to the first online one.
I played that one a lot too. Actually, I was a white black mage, and then eventually became a, what's it called, summoner, and then also got the Dark Knight. I think.
I was trying to go as Lancer and then turn into a Dragoon, but
Hmm.
like nobody wanted to help me do that one quest where I'm supposed to go in there and fight like this boss by myself or at least with another person who can like mentor me. That's the
Hmm.
only way to do it. Like you can get mentored to fight the boss, and then
Yeah.
I can send to being a dragoon. But nobody. I stood there right by the dungeon. Nobody. I was like, "Hey, can you help
Oh,
me?" Nope. Can you
dude.
help me? Nope. I was like, so I just sat there, and my character is pretty much still sitting in front of the dungeon to this day.
I was pretty lucky because I would stay up until all the Japanese players would come on.
Hmm.
And if you ask enough, there's always going to be a really nice Japanese player that will help you with whatever you want. Honestly, that's what I found. So in that game particularly, there were a lot of people that were just like, there would be like, what was it? Red Mage Ninjas.
Hmm.
You guys remember those dual wielding red mages?
Yep.
Anyways, those guys, yeah, I found one of those guys that would just ran me through a bunch of stuff, and that's why I
Yeah.
got those prestige classes.
Oh, so lucky.
Yeah, really lucky. Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Well, there's the new one out there. Maybe I might download it one day and jump on it, but
Oh, by
I
the
don't
way, we
know.
digress. What were we talking about? We're like way off the tangent.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Six.
six. Yeah.
Play it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, just basically just play it. It's a masterpiece. Um, Final Fantasy VI, Pixel Remaster. It's a good game. But um, I think play the original or play if you need to play it on an emulator, play it, but play the original Super Nintendo version. Um, and after that, I suggest you play the Pixel Remaster. Pixel Remaster is good. I have it's a good conversion. They just need to fix the fonts and fix the opening cinematic because that really bothers me. The fact that there's no opening credits on
Yeah.
in that opening scene, it kind of like ruined it for me. But um, they changed the script to the original Japanese script, but the English script is kind of beloved to me. Yeah, I kind of like the English the original English script because it's kind of corny, but that's the
Yeah.
quirkiness that's the
Some of the
quirkiness that I
quirkiness
like.
on some of the parts were pretty funny with pretty
I bet Ultros is more annoying in the American version.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
What do you expect? It's 90s localization.
yeah, exactly.
Speaking of so I
Localization.
mean I and the other the other JRPG. So I also wanted to point out that the Super Nintendo was like the RPG machine of choice. Oh, sorry. Where's my Alexa? Let me turn off my Alexa real quick. Sorry,
Alexa, play
sorry. My
RPG.
Alexa turned on. Not Alexa. On my Siri on my iMac. So it
Siri.
turned on.
Siri,
Yeah,
play.
Siri, turn on Alexa.
yeah. I know.
Alexa, turn off Siri.
And and then Siri and Alexa start having a fight. Anyway.
Oh, which is funny. I think I saw a TikTok of somebody calling Domino's Pizza, and then on another phone they put on Papa John's, and they put speakerphone, and they're both answering to each other. They're like 6.99. What are you trying to upsell us? What the hell? They're all like going back and forth. Hey, f you, Domino's, f you.
That's
I'm
funny.
always gonna love Domino's. I don't give a fuck. Domino's is always gonna be good. Just straight up cheese
Uh,
and pepperoni. Just cheese and pepperoni.
Mountain Mike's all day.
I mean, yeah, it's superior. Mike's
Yeah,
clearly
I mean,
superior.
but if you're talking about like value pizza,
Yeah,
Okay,
like
Domino's over
value
Little
greasy
Caesars.
ass pizza.
Domino
Yeah,
over Little
Yeah,
Caesars.
Caesar is
Yep.
yeah,
Caesar is ultimate value, or
yeah,
actually
but
Costco
Caesar's
is
is
ultimate
also
value.
like eating cardboard.
but
Yeah.
Well,
but if you're
well, what
talking
about
about
Costco then?
garlic bread, if you're talking about garlic bread, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars for garlic
Sure,
bread.
Little Caesars. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to go garlic bread, like the
Oh,
twisted bread, sure. If you're talking Costco, Costco is like the best, but also they put like 4 times the amount of cheese you're supposed to have on a pizza.
hell yeah! And then you get just the cheese only.
Did you
Jesus,
know that
Jesus,
one slice of Costco pizza gives you 40% of your daily value of fat?
holy
Sounds
shit!
good.
One
God,
slice of it.
Zip, can you imagine all the pizza parties we used to have at in iTeam in iMac?
Yep.
Jesus, it was always Costco pizza, and we
It was
always
always
slammed it
Costco
too.
pizza.
We
Yup.
slammed the shit out of that
Yup.
pizza.
Slammed so much.
I slammed
We
that
had
shit
like,
too. Are you kidding me? My
oh,
mom used to
well,
bring me
Yeah.
back 2 slices.
no, our department used to buy like what 6 pizzas,
Six between 5 to 6
and we're only
pizzas
feeding like
for
10 plus
what
people.
12?
Damn, that's like 2,000%
10,
of your
10 to 13
daily
people?
potassium
Yeah, because all the
protein.
freaking like
Yeah. Yep.
service and desk comes in. I'm like, bro, they're not even our team. What the hell? Well, I
Well,
mean, desk is though, but
All right,
ITC.
all
well, I
right.
don't know
You guys,
about
you guys, you
the
I
guys, you
the
guys.
digress. I
Costco
digress.
pizza and
We'll
hot dog
digress.
and soda
Oh
for
yeah, a
$5.
slice, a
You
hot
get a
dog,
Yeah.
and a
slice of
drink.
pizza, get a hot dog
Let's
and a
go.
soda for like $5 or less.
No, it's
I,
Hell
like
I
yeah.
mean,
$1.50, and it still hasn't changed.
And you get
Yep.
a
yeah,
fountain drink, so that's like unlimited if you sit there.
Incredible value.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's
Unfortunately, you have
digress
to.
out of that. Let's go back to some RPG talk before we go on another tangent again.
I missed Polish
but
dog. Okay, I'm done.
well, we're relating to this because eating pizza and video game. So if you wanna
Yeah,
if you wanna go off of that, then yeah, be my guest.
that's pretty much
Uh,
we always end up game night,
Food
yeah,
and
especially
games.
with, remember Christian game night at your place. Like how many times we go out for pizza or get pizza and come
yeah,
while we're doing a whole
pizza.
entire weekend of gaming.
I
Or
remember, I
or
remember like we would game and we would game and we bought Jolt Cola once. Remember Jolt Cola
A
in the
lot of
90s?
Jolt.
I
A
remember
lot
Jolt
of
Cola.
Jolt.
I remember
Yeah.
Joel. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
Jolt. I also remember Easy Paste.
We, I was gonna segue into that, like at, at at the garage when we're
Oh,
doing our game nights.
oh man,
Out and Joe, like our tabletop game nights.
I
How many
missed
times
that.
we went for pizza and
Easy
stuff? Yeah,
pace. That
Easy
was so
easy
Paste.
fucking funny, bro.
pace.
I was like, bro, how do you
That's
mess up
another inside
eating
joke
that?
people will understand. So
Throw some
just leave
Doritos
it
in there.
there.
Give it some texture.
Here's some texture.
He was so mad. Look, Christian, I don't know if we're talking
No,
about
he
this
wasn't
time
there.
where we were
I
gaming
know I
over
wasn't
at.
there.
Oh yeah, we were over at Zip and John's, right? And like, it was the crew. We were just playing. We're playing some tabletop games, and
I think Pat
Yeah,
was there too, right? Was
Pat
yeah,
Pat
was
there?
there. That's
Yeah.
why. That's
yeah.
why that whole trolling thing went on for so long because we were all in on it.
Ch- Pat
So,
Pat was
so
there. Pat was there. John was
I don't
there.
think Chandler was there. I
Chandler
don't
Chandler
was
think
was
there.
part
so.
of the game, but I don't think he was there that night.
Not that time. Yeah.
No, he was not. Yeah,
Yeah. Ish was there because
ish
he was
ish
Ish
is
helping.
was
there.
He was
there.
helping Amar make the Easy Paste.
So Amar turns the Easy Mac into an Easy Pace, and we're just all busting up. And it only lasted so long because he was so mad. Like
Yeah, he was so
Oh
pissed.
he
man.
He was
was
upset
so mad.
because his shit came out garbage, but ours came out fine because what he did was he put water in his, and then instead of
And left
microwaving
it
it,
and
left
left
it
it there.
soaking, left it
Left
soaking
it
while
there
he
and
did
did everyone else.
everybody's,
Everyone else's. Then he went to his.
and then he went back to his and did it. I'm like, bro, you should have done is just make yours first. Fuck it, and then while yours is done, you can kind of eat while you make everybody else's,
Or just make it last. If you're
or
trying
make
to
it
be
last.
like,
Yeah,
if you're
Make
trying
it
to be all
last.
polite and shit, you could just make it last and not make Easy
fuck up
Pace.
your shit and not have just a
so
block of
so
cheese
that was
and
pretty much
fuck.
what happened, guys.
Yeah.
Really, what we're doing is just laughing. Yeah, we're just
We're
Yeah,
just
we're
laughing.
laughing.
shitting on
That's
that
all
And
moment.
that
in
fucking
hindsight,
shitting.
don't don't soak your noodles.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen,
That's pretty much the lesson that that's pretty much the lesson that I'm getting from you guys.
Yeah, don't soak your noodles and microwave it after like
don't
30
fuck,
minutes or so.
don't fuck up your easy craft meal in front of a bunch of dudes who want to make the fun out of you.
Yeah. That, or if you don't know, if you're hesitant on even making easy paste, don't even try. Don't even try.
Anyways, back to Christian.
Yeah, back.
Anyways,
All right,
back to some gaming
I
RPGs.
I just wanted to say the other turn-based RPGs that you should play is Chrono Trigger,
Yes.
masterpiece. Chrono
Yes,
Trigger is a
yes.
masterpiece. You shouldn't miss it.
So I've heard. So I've heard.
Yes.
I haven't played.
Now the best version of
It's tight.
Chrono Trigger, the best version is of Chrono Trigger is the DS version. The
Really?
DS
Okay.
version has nice anime. There's nice anime cutscenes in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah, they added anime cutscenes in the DS version. But if you don't have a DS, the other version that I suggest you have is the Android version. The Android version is HD, clear, and it has the anime cutscenes on it.
Ooh.
Very good. I also have it on my Android. Um, so I mean, if you're a collector, I suggest you get the DS version.
You know he's a
But if you just
collector,
want to
though.
play it,
I'm already looking it
yeah.
up right now.
Well, that it's gone up in
Yeah.
price. I have to warn you, it's most likely gone up in price. Um,
You've
but
gone up in price.
so Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece. Play it. And I know it's not as popular. This isn't a 16-bit, but I also encourage you to play its spiritual sequel, um,
Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross. Its spiritual secret is
Chrono
really good.
Cross.
It needs some love. The remake just got out
Hmm.
for the Switch. Not the remake, the
Yeah,
remaster. I
the
suggest you play
remaster.
it. Play Chrono Trigger. Play Chrono Trigger. But if you're thirsty for that same flavor, um, Chrono Cross is good. Now it's not. it's more dealing with parallel universes instead of time travel with Chrono Trigger. But it's the storyline is still good. Now I've seen other YouTubers actually prefer Chrono Cross, which I disagree. I still think Chrono Trigger is better. Um, but give it some love. And as far as the action RPGs go, um, Illusion of Gaia,
I was
Zelda:
about to
Link
talk
to the
about that one.
Past,
Gaia. That was
Legend, yeah, Secret of Mana. And you know, I don't want to hog all of these. I want to like leave it to the crew, just to give their memories of all the JRPGs. It doesn't have to be a JRPG. It can be like a turn-based strategy game or a Western RPG, like KOTOR. Yeah.
RPGs in
So
general. What's your
Nice. So there's one on eBay for 119. Not bad for used
Not
Chrono Trigger.
terrible. Yeah, it's
is
terrible.
is,
yeah?
is it is
It's
it complete
It's
in
the
box
it's
or is it
complete
open cart?
complete in box American version. The Japanese going for cheaper. It's about $50 to $60. Open Japanese version, but the American version's in the triple digits.
It's about right.
Yeah, that sounds about
Actually,
right.
cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds about right.
One I have fond memories of playing countless hours of Suikoden.
Yep.
Suikoden 3, I think, is when I played the huge amount of itself.
Uh, I
Mm.
was a Suikoden 1, and I played number 2 only to transfer my character over because you can transfer
You
the main
can,
character
yeah.
into
On the
2. Although,
if you had that memory card,
yeah,
If you
if you
have the
had it
memory
saved on the
card.
memory card, yeah.
although I think
Mhm.
his name was like fucked up. Like it was just like the first initial or something. That was it. That's all you got of his name. Like his full name didn't transfer over. I think. Can't
Yeah,
remember. It's been a long while. But that game was dope. I love that game.
yeah. Was
Yeah,
it
I
Suikoden? I
remember.
think 4 was the pirate version. They were doing in pirates
I
one, I
don't
think,
know. I
right?
never went.
I,
I never went 3 or 4. So
I remember
only.
Suikoden because that was the I had a PlayStation and that was the first real RPG that I owned on the PS1 because I owned a PS1 like during its first year it came out, so that was one of the first RPGs that came out.
I
It was
remember
awesome.
countless hours just going around trying to get every character.
Yep.
Yep.
That
Oh yeah.
was woo. Was it the first one was like I think 133 or
100. I know it's in the hundreds. I believe
I was up 100 characters in
they were
a
called
game
stars, right?
that's
Yeah,
yeah
stars.
Yeah.
The 108
yeah.
or yeah.
I think it was 108 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at 108, the
it was
108 stars. Yeah.
yeah
So,
it
Alan,
was a
what are your
huge
memories,
amount.
or what are your retro? Or it doesn't have to be retro. In be any
Just
RPGs today.
RPGs that's fond memories you have right
I
now.
Yeah.
I have a bunch. You guys know. I've been I don't know. I've
Yeah,
been a hardcore gamer for a long time. Now I'm a filthy casual, but
A
from the very beginning, I played
yeah,
all like what is it? I played all genres as they came out. You feel me? We started with Super
yeah.
Mario. We got your side scrolling shit, and we branched off. And so basically, okay, let me tell you. I really respect that you brought up Illusion of Gaia. While that wasn't strictly an art, like it wasn't turn based. That was an action RPG.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
an
an
action
action
RPG.
RPG.
Yes.
It was an action
Yes.
RPG.
But I think that that one was highly underrated. I think that not a lot of people got exposed to it because it
It
didn't. I
was
don't think it got a lot of. It didn't get a lot of hype in my eye.
It came out during I think the latter part of the Super Nintendo's life cycle. I think by then people were like clamoring for the Saturn and the PS1. But
Yeah.
it was a great game. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
it
know,
was a great game.
the thing I respected most about Illusion of Gaia is that it didn't need a lot of violence for it to be such a really amazing game. Like, I love violence as much as the next dude, but that's just something there. The vibe of Illusion of Gaia was really chill. It was very comforting, yet also really odd. So it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah, definitely.
a
Um,
strange
Yeah.
comfort. in that game because of the
And the
tone of the game was
soundtrack
like
was pretty good.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
Something about the game had a lot of emotion bubbling below the surface, but they never really they rarely broke that. And
Well,
what
it had a lot of heart. It had a lot
yeah,
of
it
heart,
had a lot
definitely.
of heart,
Yes, a lot of heart.
but at the
Hmm.
same time, it had this sort of weird mystical feeling that you get sort of like I don't know, like the Yu-Gi-Oh like Pharaoh part of Yugi. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Oh yes, exactly. I know exactly what you mean.
Right?
Yeah,
When
you
you
make me want to play that again.
right. So
I
that
have to
game is
play that
cool.
again.
The main character is a kid who like
Yeah,
attacks with like
yeah,
a
it's a
wooden
kid.
flute, right? So
Yeah.
you're like stunning
Yes.
things. You can't really kill anything. And most of the drama comes with him and his friends. So it's kind of like Lord of the Flies-esque, you know, the way that
Oh
the
yeah.
drama goes. So big ups to Christian for bringing up Illusion of Gaia. I also want to bring up my next RPG. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this game, Pokemon.
What's that?
What's that?
Kind of a
Oh.
cool RPG. I ran into it like a long
Sounds
time
very
ago.
revolutionary.
I
Yeah.
started with Red. I started with Fire, with Ruby. Or
Okay.
not Ruby, sorry, Fire.
Uh,
Red. It was literally just called Red.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I started with Sapphire, but that was
Ooh.
stolen out of my backpack at high school.
Oh,
Yeah,
dirty.
it was a Game Boy Color,
Oh.
actually, pretty much like this purple Game Boy Color, that atomic purple. It was
Wow.
stolen out of my backpack in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you all
It,
play Pokemon?
Nope.
I sadly am not really. I didn't really get into the Pokemon craze. I remember. Um, I actually worked at
Us
Toys
two,
R Us.
right here. We're not really that much into
Yeah,
Pokemon.
you know what? I actually worked at Toys R Us during the Pokemon craze.
You should
Um,
have stole me so much cards.
99, 99. Oh my God. Like the Pokemon cards. It was Pokemon cards
I
and
made a
tech
lot of
decks.
money. I was never into it
Mm.
itself, but I made a lot of money selling those cards to other kids.
Damn,
So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, hustling.
it was the
Yep.
Pokemon cards and the tech decks. Like those
Oh
were the
God, I remember
ones
Tech
that like
Decks.
that got me nightmares because like kids were like clamoring for that stuff. So
Yeah, and you know how many like Tech Decks are in like teachers' drawers during that time? Like there's like
Oh my
5 or 6.
god.
Give me that and stop playing it in class.
You know, like a random Zard has gone missing, you know, into a
Oh,
teacher's
oh,
pocket or
and then they just
satchel.
threw it away. Oh, can you
Oh
imagine?
no, they
Oh,
don't
can
even
you imagine?
know.
Ah.
Look, we're not
Uh,
talking about TCG, okay? No TCG. I'm talking about the video game, the
oh, okay,
RPG,
yeah.
Yeah.
You
right?
know the
Which,
teachers there like, I'm playing. I'm
nah,
fucking
dude.
I'm playing.
I honestly feel like the video game's better than the card game,
I mean, you're not wrong. Now
right?
now these days, I don't think anybody really understands how to play. It's like 80% collecting,
Yeah,
20%
oh
playing
yeah,
now these
yeah,
days.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean it's gone. I mean when the what is it when that big YouTuber like
Oh
is
God,
like
Logan Paul.
he
Ugh.
has a Pokemon card on his he has it decked out
Was
before
it
a
Jake
match.
Paul or Logan
J-
Paul? One of the
Logan
two.
Paul, yeah, Logan Paul has a
One of
big
those Paul
Pokemon
guys.
card.
I think one
Yeah,
of them is fake. I think when he the
Yeah,
war
I
when
think he faked one of them.
yeah, he faked one of them, or the one that he's wearing
Since
right now
then,
is fake. It's not like legit. Whatever.
no.
It's just for fucking show. But anyways,
So, but Pokemon also has become such a large franchise.
Yes, it has.
It's actually a hype ass tournament game. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
Poke tournaments. Yeah.
Poker
it's
tournaments. Yep.
become a type of tournament game that has a lot of skill behind it. You know, some RNG, that's fine, but it is generally a balanced system when it comes to like being able to like take advantage of this or that. There's so many different kinds of Pokemon that's hard to and then you're working like chess and strategizing on what they may pick. So kind of hype Pokemon. Okay, so that's another one.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'll just do one more because we could name like a whole bunch. But
Yeah. So
Earthbound.
before
yes.
Earthbound.
Earthbound never played.
All
Talk,
right.
talk about heart. Talk about games with
Yeah.
heart.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earthbound is a big and obvious predecessor to games like Undertale, which really sort of like tap into the emotional stuff, like EQ stuff, like emotional intelligence and all that stuff, and really kind of just brings it to you and puts things in front of you and doesn't like it does sort of. I suppose you could say sugarcoat by making the characters a little cutesy or whatever, whatever, but really the issues are like right in front of your face, right? In Earthbound, like bad stuff happens and it feels terrible and they
Yes.
don't protect you, they
Yes.
don't protect you from it. They treat you like a mature adult almost, you know what I mean, in these games, and
Yeah.
they let you go through it and they're not afraid to. So on top of that, it's kind of a zany concept, right? You're this little kid who has psychic powers fighting against an alien invasion.
Oh, and isn't there a sequel to this game?
Mother.
It's called
Mother.
So
Mother. Mother.
Called
Mother,
Mother.
yeah, I
The
believe
Danzig
Mother's
song?
actually prequel.
Okay.
It's,
I
Is
believe
Mother
Mother's
3.
prequel.
Mother's
Mother
a
Mother,
3.
prequel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mother.
Yeah.
Mother, and yeah, of course. So like if you guys are thinking about the Smash roster, that's where Nest and Lucas
Yep.
come from.
Lucas. Yep.
Yep. And yeah,
Correctamundo.
they have really cool representation in that game that's become a really beloved cult following, and it's only grown. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll leave it
Yeah.
at that. I don't want to
All right.
take up all the tasty ones. There's still a lot of really good bangers
Yeah.
out there.
I don't
So
know.
before we go over
I don't
to
think I have that much.
Joe, before we start talking with
I mean, I could
Joe,
just keep going.
while Joe's still thinking, I want to put this to chat. Then we'll go talk to Joe itself. Anyone in chat that has any fond memories of any Pacific RPGs, put it in chat. See, let us know anything you think of itself.
Oh yeah, let us
It's
go down memory lane
open.
together.
Yeah, and while chat's thinking and doing that, let's pop over to Joe. What's your thoughts and
Okay.
Were you just fucking
memories of
googling
get
right there? Were you just
Huh?
googling?
No, no, no. I was trying to look at chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Um. So,
fond memories of
let's
RPGs?
see. RPGs. Turn-based RPGs. I would say.
Any RPGs?
Well,
Any?
I mean, a lot of people's. Well, I mean, I played the Mystic Quest as I mentioned before,
mhm.
and Final Fantasy VII. I know that's a lot of people's gateway drug into a lot, like the casuals into the world of JRPGing.
Yep.
Um, I played Xenogears. That was a
That's
Yes.
a
great
good one.
one. I
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
system
Oh,
where
that's
you're in the
Oof.
mhm.
you're in your character and also you can go into your mech system, which is really
Eh,
cool. I like that.
Very, very
Yeah.
deep storyline too.
Until
Yes.
you got to
Yeah.
like
Oh,
the
Joe.
third disc and that thing was garbage. What's up?
Oh yeah, they had multiple discs. Joe, okay, so do you remember the system where you would like input moves?
Timings? Timing
Yeah,
moves? Yeah.
timing moves, or but you would put in inputs, right? Like
Yeah.
certain character, I remember certain characters like the sage, the monk sage or whatever, that one guy.
Fade.
You had to,
Fade. He too, I
Yeah,
think.
Faye had it.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
that, so we were talking about FF6, and the character
Hmm.
that had inputs is like just like that.
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
am.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's
Um,
basically like you have one Xenoblade character in there.
the characters were really great.
Mhm.
The animation style. I remember Lunar, or at least Bones had
Ooh,
Lunar.
Luna. Oh,
Um,
I
yeah.
had that. I had
he had
that.
the collector's edition, and I remember he had the one where you have to buy two soaps to get a special
Oh
visual.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yes.
not
The
gonna.
visual, yeah. Fan service. The fan service. You get fan service there. Um,
um,
yeah.
I think that
The,
was the
Mhm.
earliest
I think that's
game
Lunar
that I
too.
encountered that had actual big anime cutscenes.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is
The
before hot
Sega
coffee.
CD version. Yeah. So the original, like you were playing the remastered PS1 version, right?
I
Because
think it was on Dreamcast. I think he had the
the
Dreamcast
original
one.
version was on Sega CD. So the original, I remember playing the original Sega CD version. There's Lunar Silver Star Story and Lunar
Yeah,
Eternal Blue. Both of
He
those
had
got remastered on PS1.
yeah.
And
did he
I
have a
actually
PS?
I
Yeah,
had the
yeah, yeah.
remastered PS1 versions, but I also had the Sega CD version. And yeah, both both great games. So
I just think
um,
Yeah.
that game, like visually, was done so well. The
oh yeah,
artistic
yeah,
Yeah.
direction is so
yeah.
dope.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um.
And the quality of the box. Working designs, um, releases that came from Japan, like very high quality. They didn't use regular cardboard, and it was like foil. Um,
Yeah,
in the foil covers,
yeah.
Yeah.
they had and they always had liner notes of like um they always gave commentary of like how they were making the game or how they were localizing it. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
But go ahead, Joe.
Um. Let's see. There is So I spent a lot of time playing Final Fantasy VII and Xenogears to completion, except for Final Fantasy. I was at the final boss and swapping memory cards back and forth. My brother decided to play and erased my file, and I was at the
Hmm.
boss. I was at the boss.
Oh,
Fuck.
I was like, dude,
Oh.
Oh,
yep. I
Oh,
damn.
spent so
sorry,
much time
Joe.
building those materia. I think everything was maxed out. It was
oh.
heartbreaking. Um,
I can
there
only
was
imagine.
there was
Damn.
another one that my brother was playing. I never got to play. It was called Beyond the Beyond. Do you guys
That's
remember
a
that one?
strategy. I believe
That
that was
sounds
a
familiar.
I
strategy game.
I
That was
have
a
Mm.
the
PS1 game. That was a
I
PS1
have the
game.
strategy book in my pile of strategy books, and that's one of them. I remember watching that, and he would walk the overview map and just constantly get into like random matches. You know what? And Alan was talking about Pokemon, and you know what about what was the other one that was like that? There was
Digimon?
Monster Rancher and Digimon.
Oh, man. Monster Rancher. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember going through the whole collection of CDs, seeing what monsters you would get? I think the coolest monster
Yeah.
came out of Beast Boy's License to Ill.
No
That was like
way.
my favorite monster that came out. I forgot what it was, but I was like, that's gonna be my main.
That game was tight. That idea was hella tight. And I feel like that was a precursor to Amiibos,
Pretty
almost.
much. No,
Yeah.
you're pretty much, I think,
Yeah.
right on the money. At least using an outside object to
Yeah.
influence the game.
Yeah, and
Uh,
give you something in game. Yeah.
The only other
Pretty
thing I could
cool.
think of where you use something outside to affect the game would be swapping your controller to controller 2 on Metal Gear Solid.
For Metal
Metal Gear
Gear
Solid.
Solid. For
Yeah, yeah.
Psycho Mantis.
Mantis,
Psycho
Psycho
Mantis.
Mantis,
Yeah.
Psycho Mantis. He
fighting
would
against
read
Psycho
if
Mantis.
you had any like Konami games on your card,
Yep.
he'd be reading it out to you. Oh, so you played so
You play
Castlevania,
Castlevania,
huh?
do you? Yep.
Oh,
So you
okay,
play
I see.
Castlevania, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what? How do you know?
What the hell?
Fuck.
The
I'm
fuck?
gonna turn off this game. Fuck this.
It's
Right?
reading my
That was
mind.
that was one
It's
of the most unique way of getting your game to be like
yeah,
have some weird AI, right?
yeah. It's something to
Yeah.
mess with you.
I
And like,
really,
oh
you really got to respect that Kojima's like comic sense, his
yeah.
sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even on the booklet, if you had the booklet, there was a frequency you can actually. There was a frequency on the back of the booklet that you can call in, and that was like one of the
Ooh.
things you needed to do. But as far as RPGs, so yeah, like I think one of my favorites, and I played a lot of this, and this is only because I cheesed the system, was Final Fantasy Tactics.
Tactics. Yep. I was
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to bring up tactics, and I was
What I
I
actually
would
gonna
put
say
do,
Ogre
that
yeah,
was
Battle.
go
one
ahead.
of the ones I played the shit out of that one for a long time
Yep.
too.
So
Yeah.
I would go thief. I would have a healer on hand, and then I would pinpoint one person at a time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to this mission. What is this person's gear? What is that person's gear? What is that person's gear? Okay, he has the best gear. I could probably kill off the other two. Surround the guy so he's in the main square. I
Yep.
put one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here. Thief, healer, and just thief him until he has nothing, and then just keep healing him. And then I would just let people like beat the shit out of him, heal him, beat the shit out of him, heal him, just to build up their stats.
Yeah, that's how you farmed them.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
That's
it was
so
just
Yeah.
one dude
funny.
getting wrecked. Oh, why am I still alive?
I did this I did the same thing. Kill everyone else like the best guy. You just like right in the middle, and
And
you
farm
have
the
the
shit.
and you have the farm, and you just have the healer heal the whole entire group
Yep.
because you just do the square box, right? So it heals everyone in that thing. So it's like he can't kill one of your guys, and he just keeps us staying up. So it's like,
So out of all you guys, have any of you guys played it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Did you guys
So
all
I think
finish it?
Christian hasn't really played it that
my
much.
form, my team was based around my archer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so basically, I would just like take everyone with the archer and set up as high as I possibly could. Or I'd run
Oh,
interference while my archer found a really good spot. And my archer would just fucking 1-2 shot people. It was nuts,
nice.
dude. I would level that guy hard, and I would always make sure he had the best equipment. And he would just tag people hard, dude. And when people would come for him, I would just close up.
Nice.
For mine, I ended up doing the dragoon.
Dragoon.
Ooh,
Those were
you gotta
cool
love
because
Dragoon.
you would
So
take off
so
and then like a
so he
turn
was
or two.
it's so there's so and he could pretty much any map, the whole entire map. So it's just like hits the
He's right
guy,
on him.
damages him, pretty much almost kills him in one shot, and then jumps up to the other side. It's like hit. Next round he's out in the air, so it's like every single time, he never got hit because by the time he
Hit
could
and
hit someone,
run.
then he goes back up in the air for another round.
Oh, you know what? This is kind of an interesting little fact. When I got Three Houses,
Yeah.
Fire Emblem's Three Houses, which
Mhm.
is largely
Yeah.
influenced by uh, what's it called? Not
Tactics,
Ogre
yeah.
Battle, Tactics.
Mm.
Tactics.
Which Ogre Battles was the original before
Yeah.
Tactics. But yeah, Three Houses. I actually chose because you get to choose sword, spear, or arrow,
Archer.
and I chose arrow.
Yeah.
And yet again, I played the same. I played the same strategy.
Team Instinct. Oh, sorry. What?
Boom. Yep. Yep. Team instinct. Let's go.
Team Instinct.
Courage.
Um, actually, for the class that I favorited the most, even though I liked Thief because I could just jack everybody's gear, was Monk because he
Yep.
had like a
Yeah.
four square straight ahead damage all the way through, and I think it also paralyzed. So not
Yep.
only they jacked
Yep.
everybody in that row,
Straight.
they
It
also
was it
paralyzed.
was a four straight.
Yeah.
Should put paralyze each person itself, or have a chance to paralyze while they
Damn, you
hit
guys are making me want to
itself.
go back and play Chronicles again.
Oh,
Or
Chronicles?
I mean,
You mean
sorry, not
Tactics?
Chronicles.
I
Tactics.
want to play
Tactics.
Tactics again. What about you, Christian? What was your favorite class if you were playing that one?
Oh,
He never really played it. I
yeah.
think.
I never really played tactics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, here
Le
then. Let
gas.
me
Cause he
ask you this.
like
Let me ask you this
Christian's
question.
always been
Pretty much the
a
same.
an action or turn like
or
style
turn-based
thing. He
Yeah,
never
RPG.
but
really
Yeah.
he
Well,
never
it
did
is
his
turn
but
strategy.
you've
based.
played through Final
Choose.
Fantasy, like multiple Final Fantasies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, my
What's your
question
favorite
is,
class? Yeah.
yes, that's what I was
Oh,
about to
fire!
say. Thank you.
Oh no, it's the warrior. It's the warrior.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Warrior.
straight up.
Yeah,
Warrior all
Okay.
day. Warriors.
yeah,
Golden
Come
yeah.
State.
on,
Warriors.
Tokide.
So
Warriors.
Not
I
now.
mean,
Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah. So in like three houses, I'm always my team is always yeah, warrior. I'm always taking the fighter. Edelgard. That's my jam. Edelgard's my jam.
808.
Here.
So yeah, you know where I stand.
Oh no, she's sword, right? Yeah, she's sword.
Yeah, she's sword. Yep.
So you're sword and board, huh? Or are you
Sword.
just
Yeah,
like?
I'm sword. I'm sword.
Nice. Oh, there we go. There's
Nice.
Violet.
Oh.
Byleth. Hell yeah.
Currently,
And by the
number
way,
one player in the world uses Byleth in Smash.
Nice. Nice.
Anyways,
Okay. Now my next question about Final Fantasy Tactics is: did you guys get Cloud?
Mm-mm.
oh, I did not.
yeah,
I
Cloud
did
was the
not.
character. I remember Cloud being the character there.
Yeah, you have to do a series of quests and things to do with Eri. You see her. They just call her Flower Girl.
No.
So, but you meet her and then you kind of like meet Cloud, but you have to meet her again. You have to do like a whole sequence, and I thought I did it perfectly. I never got him.
Dang, I didn't
And I was
want
like,
him.
what? Oh, what? Omni Slash all day?
Nah, dude. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
Cloud
dude.
is my least favorite Final Fantasy character.
Okay, well, what's your number one then?
Laguna.
Laguna.
Oh, from part 8. I know
Yep.
who.
Mm.
I know
Mm.
So I would
exactly.
say Laguna.
Laguna.
I like Laguna for his character and his character concept, his style. He's just tight, dude. Laguna's tight, right?
Laguna was
He's
on the
he's
second team, right?
definitely mature.
Wasn't
Yeah,
he team? He was like the second team, Laguna.
yeah. He
Okay.
was kind of like a B team leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep,
there
he
Laguna.
was like
was. He
just the
was.
three
Yeah.
members, right? They had to deal
Yeah,
with the blades on his fist, and then
yeah,
yeah, okay,
yeah. He
Yeah.
had the B team, but he was tight, dude.
BT.
He was basically like the leader of all the B team cast, and he was
Yeah,
He
sick. He
was.
was
He
cool
was.
enough.
I like
Yeah.
how you pointed that out.
Yeah, he was cool enough to be A team, which I mean they let you play him for a while,
yeah.
but he had too many flaws to stay A team, which
But
is
dude,
Oh,
why I like him.
but Laguna's portion in 8, I enjoyed. I liked it.
I
I
loved it.
enjoyed. Yeah, Laguna's portions in there.
So that character I really really liked, and then if you go into 9, I really liked Freya, who was the dragoon. I thought that was one
The
of the sickest
dragoon one.
dragoons
Yeah.
ever,
the
dude.
the the
Just
ro- rat,
visually,
the
yeah, the
rat girl.
rat,
Yeah, she was
Rat.
sick
dope.
as fuck
Yeah.
dragoon, right?
Yeah.
And her
Hmm.
theme song was tight.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember.
yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I think for me, my favorite characters was Zell
Zell's tight.
from 8. I think right. He's from 8. 8, right?
Yeah, Zell's
No,
from
8.
8. Zell's from
Hmm.
8.
And Waka. Waka
Okay.
from
Well,
10.
if you're saying from the modern or that generation of Final Fantasy games, it's Orin. Orin's such a
Ooh,
badass. Orin
Oh,
is
he
Yeah.
such a
is a
badass.
badass.
the
I was
one with
about to say
the
that,
He's great.
kind of one arm.
but for me, you guys already know what my favorite should know.
Red 13. Oh,
No, your favorite
Uh,
Sephiroth. No?
Bob Dole.
no.
Oh,
Bob
then it's
Dole?
Barrett. Wait,
Sabin.
your favorite Final Fantasy character.
Sabin.
Oh, is it when you've cosplayed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sabin?
Sabin.
Which one's that one?
Sabin from Final Fantasy
That's
6.
the one we were
6.
talking
That's
about.
the one
That's
that's
like a
super.
Xenoblade character.
Oh,
He looks like Guile.
Yeah, he
does
does. He looks like
Yeah.
Guile.
Yeah.
I don't remember you doing that cosplay.
Okay, but
He's like Guile with like a black tank top or like a gray tank blue, like
Purple
a really
tank top.
dark blue tank top and like
Purple
white
tank.
pants.
It's a purple tank top.
Oh,
White
that's right.
pants.
Okay.
He's like Guile meets Vegeta when Vegeta's in his civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if you're
So
talking about the old school Final Fantasy characters,
This
my
Final
favorite
Fantasy in general.
is
yeah, just
Cecile.
general.
Okay,
Who?
okay.
It,
From
you could
4.
just say
Cecile
Sid,
from
and that
4.
can come for all the Sids.
Ooh, Cecil?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Wait, did you say Cecil?
No, I said
Yeah,
Sid. If you
Cecil.
go,
See,
oh, go ahead.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Cecil from 4. From 4.
the
yeah,
the
Cecil from
Final
paladin,
Fantasy
4.
right?
4.
Yeah. He's the
Yeah.
dragoon.
He's the
He's the
paladin.
dragoon.
The
Yeah,
dragoon from
The
4.
Dark
turns into
Knight.
the
He's a
dark.
Dark Knight. He's the Dark Knight. Yeah. He's the Dark Knight.
He goes from paladin. He falls hard. He goes from
He
paladin
Yeah.
falls from
to
Paladin
dark,
to the Dark Knight. Yep.
Yeah.
which I
I
think
like the
is
struggle.
probably
I
one of
like
the
the
most
struggle.
interesting storylines of
Yeah.
a lot of
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
Final
That was
Fantasies.
really. Yep. Hmm.
The struggle is real there.
Yep.
Another RPG, tactical RPG, same as similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. Front Mission. Front Mission was a really
Ooh,
good
Yep.
that's a
one,
good
Oh,
call out.
where you can
That's a
I remember
mod
that
strong
one.
recommendation.
your mechs.
He's talking about the PS1 front mission, right?
Front Mission
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. I think I played 3 the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Front
Those
Mission
ones are tight.
1 was the Super Nintendo, and that was never released.
Yeah.
That was never released here in
No.
the States.
The
Yeah.
I think
2
3
and
was on
3
PS,
were on
right?
PS.
Yeah,
on the
three
original
was
PlayStation.
the PS1 game that was
Oh
actually
gosh,
in
PS1.
English. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was so good. I wish I could play that again. I want to play
I'm
that again.
surprised. I'm surprised none of you guys have mentioned Breath of Fire.
I was gonna mention
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
Although
good.
I had never played it,
I haven't played it as much as
I
as
rented
much as
it.
Christian or
Yeah,
Alan.
I rented it, and I think David remembers when I would rent it. I
Yeah,
rented Breath of Fire a lot. That
yeah.
was one of the games that
So
I rented, and you actually, there was actually like Ryu and Chun Li would actually make cameos in that game because it was a Capcom
Mm-hmm.
RPG.
I
Yep.
believe Breath of Fire is. Well, no, I'm wrong about this, but Breath of Fire to me as a kid felt like a predecessor to Fire Emblem. Am I
Oh,
right?
okay.
Do they draw
I
characters
think
from Breath of Fire to Fire Emblem because the style is very
It's been
similar?
so long, I don't
Is it?
remember.
I.
I don't
It's
know.
a possibility. It's been so
Because
long
I
that
don't know
I
why, but
don't
I don't know
remember.
why I think Roy is from Breath of Fire.
I don't think that's right.
But I mean,
It's
if
a
you're talking about Fire
it's
Emblem,
always a possibility, or has it's part of a very influence to
yeah.
Fire
Right.
Emblem.
But if you're talking about Breath of Fire, I know the fan favorite Breath of Fire game is has always been the GameCube one called Path of Radiance.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
fan favorite game.
Yep,
Yeah, and that's the one
that
that's
was that was
actually,
the most
if you're a
favorite one.
collector, that one actually costs a lot. If
Wait,
you're gonna
is that
collect
not
it,
that's Fire Emblem, right?
yeah, that's Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
What
Yeah.
about Dragon Quest? Have you guys played the new Dragon Quest?
Yeah,
Oh, eight.
Dragon Quest
Not the
11.
newer one.
Dragon Quest
This
11.
Dragon
Yup,
Quest?
Oh yeah.
yup, yup.
Hero.
Hero. Yup,
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready to play that one? I haven't played that
Yeah,
one
yep.
either.
I haven't played it. I heard it's good.
David was there when I played it. When I first played it,
yeah,
he was actually there in my house.
yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome game. Glad that Dragon Quest is getting love now, because
Mhm.
I've always
Yeah,
thought that it's kind of had been like overshadowed by Final Fantasy this whole time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
yeah, it's yeah, it
It
has.
has been.
It's been overshadowed by Final Fantasy, but I'm glad it's been getting love now.
I mean, I hear
Mhm.
good things about the builders, the Dragon Quest builders, but I'm not a big fan of the Minecraft scene, so
Mhm.
that's kind of putting me off from buying Dragon Quest builders. But I do want to buy Dragon Quest, what, the 13? I think is the one
11.
that's is it 11 for the Switch?
Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest 11 is for the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Quest 12 isn't released yet.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 12 got announced, but it's still in development.
Mm.
yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Another game I want to shout out. Actually, one of my favorite games of all time, and it's
all
actually
time.
more kind of a more recent game, and it technically counts as a turn-based fighter if you want it to be. Is Transistor?
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
mean,
Okay, okay.
there's character progression and
Yep.
leveling and gearing. Okay, yeah. I don't.
And you can do it turn-based. You don't have to do it free. You can switch
yeah.
between free mode
It
or
has a free
turn-based.
mode and turn-based
It's
mode
literally just
itself.
an action bar, and when you start moving around freely and acting freely, it takes your action bar.
Yeah. Transistor is a really good one. That company it brings out banger after banger. And if you
Yep.
don't know this company, have you heard of
Bastion.
Hades?
Bastion.
Bastion.
Well, no,
Bastion,
no. There's
definitely.
more.
Bash
Well,
more
I'm saying
current ones Hades.
yes, his Hades. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people know Hades. I don't think they know the predecessors like Bastion or Transistor. You know what I
Just
mean? And I think there's
Yeah.
another one.
Is it Hyper
Um,
Light Drifter?
Curse of the Dead Gods, I believe.
I
I
don't think
think
it
they
was
made
Curse of
that
Dead
Curse of the
Gods. It
Dead.
was something else. Um,
It
shoot,
was
now
one
I
of
gotta
the.
look
It
again.
was like one of those 8-bit uh like post-apocalyptic, not post-apocalyptic. How do I call it? Like I want to say like Cyber Ninja or something. Kind
Oh,
of like
sorry, Pyre.
oh
Pyre.
Pyre. There we
Pyre.
go.
Pyre's
That's
the
what
other
it was.
game.
Because I
Yeah,
was
fire.
thinking
You're
of
right.
like a word for
yeah.
fire. Yes, Pyre, which I have never played. So that one I need to tap into. I own Hades, so I haven't played it yet. I played Bastion and Transistor on PC, and I also have Transistor on the Switch, which I wish they can port Bastion onto the Switch.
Oh, that'd
Yes,
be sick.
please. Physical
Please.
copy. Please,
I
please.
just
These
really
guys.
with
Yeah,
Transistor, it's got a noir theme,
Oh, the
but
music is great.
yeah. The music.
it's like neo noir.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you've got a very futuristic civilization, and the main character is accompanied by a sentient cyber
sword.
sword.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you have her, I think if you press one of the buttons, she'll
Yep.
like stop and then have
And
the handle,
hum.
and she will hum
Yeah.
like she's
She'll
humming
sing.
into the
Yeah.
microphone.
Well,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
hopefully
it's so fucking good.
Super
So
Giant
good.
Games gets bought by a big company. They deserve it.
No, no, no.
Like
I don't want it
No,
to
Housemark.
no, no.
get
No,
bought.
I don't want
You
them to get
want it?
bought.
They
No,
do
You don't
indie.
want
They
it to
do
be
indie
bought?
so
no,
well.
they don't.
No,
Yeah.
You know
they
what?
do indie
Well,
What
so
they're
I wish
because
they
I'm
got
glad
bought
because
would have been Telltale Games.
Housemark got bought and their games are great and they're finally getting attention because they got bought. So
who?
um, Housemark. They did Super Stardust HD. I don't know if you guys played that back in the
Super
day.
Stardust.
Super Stardust. No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Resogun, Next Machina. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
you guys have seen it.
Oh, okay.
And
Ex Machina.
Returnal. They did Returnal, which is great. It's basically what Prometheus should have been. You're basically
Okay.
playing Prometheus, the video game, but better. It's like
Yeah.
you guys remember Prometheus. It's that
Hmm.
that's what it basically is.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
And
I
for me, just remembering it, other action RPGs and stuff, I need to fall back to KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes,
that shit
that
was
yeah,
was
you
good.
can
good.
never go wrong. You can
That
never
was
go
good.
wrong
Yeah,
with that.
man, the storyline on both first and second, man, yeah,
You and your brother played the shit out of that game.
shit out of it. Yep.
I you know it's funny. I played nothing but the game within the game. The
Oh,
card
Oh,
game.
the
yep,
card
the
Yep.
game.
card
Dude,
game,
I
the
played the
card
card
game.
game hours. I would play hours playing
Yep,
that card game.
yep.
I heard that's the same situation with the Witcher. People love Gwent.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
heard about that. I've heard
Yeah,
Gwent.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like it
the
became its
game within the
own like
game.
game now. Like I
Yeah,
think I think you could just play that on a mobile. Uh
yeah.
Squibic? What? Oh, sorry. No,
yeah.
that's a
And
different game.
Tetra Master, Final Fantasy VIII.
I love
Remember
I
that?
Oh yeah,
it got even better in 9. So in 8 there
Yeah,
was a little
yes.
bit too much randomness. In 8 it was a little chaotic, but in 9 they
In nine,
streamlined
yeah,
it
it's a little
just
bit
they
more skilled.
streamlined
enough.
it
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked
Did you,
that game actually.
did you guys play the little aqua ball game in 10?
Of
I used to play
course.
that a lot.
oh yeah.
Yo,
And that
It's like three.
It's like talk to Christian. You freaking how long you played just the one for the
to
freaking
his ultimate
ultimate,
to
just to get
get
the
Logger's
ultimate.
ultimate weapon. Yeah, just to get his ultimate weapon. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Played
And I enjoyed
you
every
played
minute of it.
hours.
Yep. Yep.
I
So
used to
good.
watch him play hours and hours of it and enjoyed
Yeah.
every single time, every single
The
one.
easiest way to get his ultimate weapon is you better make sure you have the Jack shot from Titus.
Yep.
So yeah, the Jack shot. So he can
Bitch.
easier to score goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always easy to score goals with a check shot.
Ooh, hey, maybe one of these days we can have a topic that's like best side game, best mini game within a game.
With the game,
Ooh.
best
Best
game
mini
within the
game
game.
within a game.
That's
In
a
the
good
game.
topic.
All
That's
right.
a good topic.
You
We'll
know
leave
what?
it up to
I
one of you
think
guys.
there's a game that has so many mini games within it, and that's Yakuza.
Oh yeah,
Yakuza
Oh
Yakuza.
has
yes,
so many mini games within it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And because it builds off Sega's arcade library. That's
Yeah.
why.
That
Yep.
I mean, I
Yep.
found a room where they had gambling, so you could actually play like regular like blackjack and all that stuff. You
Yeah.
could play mahjong in
And
the
I
game.
think
I was trying to
in
learn how to play mahjong. That's just hard.
That's what I do in GTA
in
5.
Yakuza, I think in Yakuza 5 I was playing Go a lot. Yeah, so
You can play
um
baseball.
yeah.
There's bowling
So
in Yakuza.
um
Sorry. Okay, so we talked about tactical RPGs or turn-based RPGs, tactical RPGs, and then there's the action RPG. Hmm. Would you say a Souls
Alundra
game,
was awesome. Alundra.
like Elden Ring? Would you consider it because you're leveling, you're gearing up? There's a storyline to it. I think Elden Ring would be considered an action RPG, wouldn't you not?
Ooh.
It'd be Souls. Well, honestly, that studio kind of made a genre up like
on their own.
unto
Yeah,
themselves. Yeah,
So you
if you're
wouldn't
talking
say
about
that
souls
because
like
when you consider a role playing RPG, you're playing a character or you're role playing a character, and the character has character level progression, right? So I would think uh, Elden Ring would fit in that category,
okay, okay,
yeah, it is.
I
Like
right?
think
Because
Elden
like
Ring is I think Elden Ring is straight up an action RPG.
it
Because
yeah, it's
like
is.
an action
Yeah,
RPG.
let's
it
go
is.
see,
back. Okay, very very solid, well known action RPG, Secret of Mana.
but
One of
didn't it have
Yeah.
turn base, or did it actually have fighting
No,
No,
it
it
was
aspect?
an
was it's
action
real
it was
time.
RPG,
action.
and it
It
was
was
a
action RPG.
multiplayer action RPG at that.
So yes,
Hmm.
and it would freeze. So if you were playing single player, it would freeze. Oh, actually, even multiplayer. Anytime you go into your menu,
Menu
it
freeze
freezes the
everyone
game.
else.
So then you
Oh,
can
Freezes
okay.
everyone else's
use an
game.
item, cast a spell. Basically, you'd go into your menu and cast spells over and over again, like rapid fire, so that it would like keep freezing time, and you just cast all these spells till you run out of your NP. That's a lot of what Secret of Mana was.
Yeah,
But yeah, definite ARPG, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I totally
Vagrant.
traded that away
Yeah.
for Dragon Ball.
So, how about what's your opinion? Okay, so let's before we get too far out, I wanted to do a quick everyone's quick top five. You can change your mind later. I don't want to get too much pressure.
Are we
Top
allowed to
five
overlap?
RPGs.
Are we allowed to overlap?
No.
Oh, boo.
Damn.
So
Wait,
so
aren't
What?
we
Okay,
just
how
like
about
list off our
so
top like top four?
so
so I'm
are
gonna
we
do
going
this. So
are we going to go
you can't
baseball
take
rules? Are we going to go baseball rules?
someone's pick
Yeah,
because
no,
there's so
but
many RPGs. You can't take someone's pick
okay,
because just so we
but
don't repeat each other. Go
I'm
ahead. Sorry,
asking,
Joe.
can we do a baseball rules where like each person gets to call off one until like because then like you're picking players or you're just gonna blurt out all five and you're like fuck now I gotta figure out my next five. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why no pressure. I'll go last.
Wait,
You know.
so
You do
So
no
so
do
no.
you,
So do you want to do it like
one at a
Christian's
time.
what
yeah
Joe's
one at a
saying?
time. So your number
I
five,
say
your number
something. Someone say, then
yeah
Alan, then Joe,
Oh,
then
okay. Okay.
Christian, then
So
me,
that we
then
can't just
Alan.
like yeah, so that we can't just like pile all you know what I mean, take all
all the
the
best, and then
or
somebody's
what
like wow Joe has garbage taste because everybody took all the good shit.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean yeah. If you
Okay.
want
What's
us to
All right. Let's
critique
do it
games.
then. Okay. I'm
who
open. All right.
who wants to keep track so that we don't overlap?
I think because we're doing it's only a top five. So I mean,
Just keep track of your own. Just keep
yeah.
track of
Just
your own.
keep track on
Yeah.
your own. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
But
Joe. Yeah.
wait,
Joe, kick it off.
Christian's host though. Christian's host, he
Yeah,
can go
Chris's
first.
host. Go ahead. Go ahead. You get greens. Go.
Yeah, you get greens.
I get greens. Okay. Um, Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Ooh, that's ARPG
Ooh,
right there. But you
that's
don't level. But you don't
That's
level.
That's an action
okay.
RPG.
it's an action RPG.
That's the
Oh, sorry.
quintessential action
Because
RPG.
No,
it
no,
goes through a story and
I was thinking Link wait. No, that
link to the
Link to the
past.
Past is not Link. It's not 2, that's Link, right? Link to the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Past.
no, the Link
Link
to
to
the
the past
Past
is
is the
Super Nintendo.
16-bit is the Super Nintendo 16-bit
Yeah, yeah,
version.
yeah. One of the best
Yeah.
Zelda games, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's story
Uh
progression. There's
okay.
gear
Yeah.
progression. So
So a
everything
lot of
is.
Nice.
people
Gear
have that.
progression.
It's between that and Breath of the Wild. A lot of people choose it's between that
Ooh,
Breath of the Wild and
Breath of the Wild.
Ocarina of Time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Never played
So
Ocarina.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ocarina. Whew,
Okay,
so good. Okay,
So
next.
me, Final Fantasy
which
original
one?
on
Oh,
NES.
oh nice.
That's
Good choice.
everyone always knows me and my brother with how many stories of us creating our own freaking strategy book and stuff. That's top one right there. Like
okay.
Damn.
so many fun stories with it.
FF Juan. All right.
FF
FF1.
Juan.
Juan.
Damn, comes to me, huh? Let me just rack my brain really quick. There's so many RPGs, man. Um, I'm gonna put Illusion of Gaia actually up there. I really liked that game.
Okay,
Nice choice.
that's
Yeah.
nice choice. Very good choice.
Illusion of Gaia. I already mentioned it earlier. Actually, Zip mentioned it. It was to be Suikoden #1.
Sukin.
Suikoden
All
#1 is
right.
my.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, so so back to me. So my next choice was I'm doing this because of the memories and also the storyline. But David remembers that John and I bought this game at the same time, and we
Mm.
thought I thought this was
I
awesome.
think I know what.
I think I know what
Vagrant
it is.
Story. Vagrant Story.
Fragrance
Oh, that's a
story.
good ass game. That's a
Yes.
good ass game.
This
Yep.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
storyline, the animation, the graphics. It was a later generation. Like PS2 was a right around the corner, but like the games that the was
Yeah.
great. It was great, and this was one of those games. I won't forget it because this was in 2000. Me and Zip's brother were both working at in the mall in the same place, Corning. Yeah, and then we decided to both play this game because like we thought it was awesome, and it was awesome. Another Square Enix gem. There hasn't been a game like it ever since. And I was hoping for a sequel. Surprisingly, there has not been a sequel to Vagrant Story. So,
Yeah.
wait,
I was sad. You know.
yeah.
Hopefully, someone else picks up the IP and does something. Yeah. So to me, one I just spoke about just recently, Kotor, Knights of the Old Republic. Again, fond memories, hours and hours of gameplay. I could pick it up at any time and continue playing. It's one of those ones that good story, good gameplay, good mechanics, the way of the first. It wasn't really the first one, but the way they implemented the light dark side different choices avenues to determine the end of your actual gameplay itself, depending on which one you went through, has different ending stories. Those type of games are really fun for me.
One
The
thing
choices to change.
I do remember about KOTOR, and I thought was kind of it took me a while to get used to, was their like auto attack scenes. Like I was like, wait, I can't control this, and they're just wailing away at each other. I'm like, oh, I guess, all right, do your thing.
Yeah.
You do you, bro.
What? Yeah, the one you have to get used to is like you have to you tell which ones to do what to do and stuff. Then you have to let them do their shit
I
until
was
it
like,
goes back to your turn. Then redo
uh,
the
okay.
yeah.
I really, really, really appreciated the first Fable that came out.
Fable.
Ooh,
Oh,
Fable.
Excellent choice.
At the
Damn.
time, that was the best game on Xbox.
I think I played Fable 2. I don't think I played Fable 1.
Fable 1 was sick. Yeah, that was the best. That was revolutionary.
Oh yeah, that thing was really dope. Uh, my whole like start of Tactics was Final Fantasy Tactics, and
Titans.
I spent so much hours on that thing. It's
You probably
ridiculous.
still could.
Yeah, if I still had the game, I
It's
would
such a
be on it.
good game.
It's so good. The story is good too. You're outcasted from your kingdom, and you gotta like it's was it Delta, and who was the Delta was your character, I believe, right? That was his name. Shit, it's been a while.
uh,
I just remember him wearing that purple armor.
I actually don't remember the names either. I remember the snowball fight.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is my number 4 choice, I guess you would say, or the in the number 4 slot.
Number four slot. Very good choice. Okay, so back to me, and I will have to put um recent video game, Final Fantasy VII remake. I
That looks so sexy.
yeah.
Yes.
So
I mean,
sexy.
I was getting all the trophies. I was obsessed over the game, and I actually got the Biker Boy trophy where she was it Jesse kisses Cloud at the end.
Nice.
If you successfully complete like the biker mission, or if you not successfully, but if you um if you try not to get damaged too much, and then you beat a certain number of people during the biker section, Jesse actually gives Cloud a kiss in the cheek.
How
So
many times do you have to
I'm
redo
gonna
it?
get the biker boys trophy because
How many times
I'm
do you have
team
to?
Jesse all the way. I don't know about Tifa and Aerith. I'm team Jesse all the way. So
Wow.
Yeah, my question is, how many times did you have to do it?
not too much. I got it the fifth time.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we go. Very good.
because it was during that time I was training to be being a biker, an actual biker. So
Motorcycle.
All right, Zip.
Looks like cool. Uh, pretty simple, easy one. Final Fantasy 3/6.
All right. Cool, cool. I definitely one of the milestones of
Love
my
Staben,
childhood.
love the storyline, love everything of it. So,
I was actually a big Edgar fan and
oh
Cyan.
yeah, yeah.
Cy-
Edgar had
oh,
the
Cyan, yeah,
Cyan. He had the sword tech. The
Sword
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 Text.
tech
Tech,
where
yeah,
Each
it
character
counted
in
down.
By the way, Joe,
yeah.
each character in
Oh,
Final Fantasy VI acted as their own class, and a lot of
Yep.
them were very unique
Yes.
Oh,
classes.
so you have the
Yes.
black mage, red
Shadow,
Yeah.
mage.
And Edgar had the
No,
tools.
no,
No.
you don't have like simple black mage, red mage. You have somebody who's like half an esper. You have somebody who's like an inventor, who
Oh, cool.
uses, and every character has something that's very particular to them
particularly
that works
for them
really different from
only.
everyone
That
else.
no one else has that
Hmm.
itself.
Okay.
Like
Edgar had the tools.
Edgar had the tech with like crossbows and some
Yeah.
other stuff.
Drill,
Yeah.
Drill,
chainsaw,
Yep.
and they all had
um,
different effects too. It was tight.
yeah. Then
Okay.
was a Gal, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Gal.
The
It,
wild thing. So
he's a
he
blue
Edgar.
mage.
Yep.
So
pretty
he
much
learned. No, sorry, that sounds like a time mage.
no,
Sorry, he's a beast mage. Where basically
Yeah.
he
beast mage.
learns. He learns
So he
enemies'
learns
attacks.
from enemies. So he go into his little field and let him go. Pretty much
Yeah. And
You
then
jump
mean
he
the
onto a
comes out.
person
Velt?
at the
Did
felt.
you just
Yeah,
call the Velt a little field?
you go to the field, the felt,
The
right,
Velt, dude. You
and
remember that shit? I
then
remember the
you
field
just did
song.
him run out. You pretty much did him go out and go there for a while, then come back and be like, oh, he learned like 4 different animal beast mode stuff.
Yeah.
Beast
Yeah,
mode.
Beast mode.
Beast
Power
mode.
up.
yeah,
Power up.
that was the most unique. Yeah, and that's my third.
Okay. Damn, I had one and it dropped out of my head while we were talking about FF6. I just like got into it so bad. I had a really good pick that I really loved. This RPG. Let me see if I can remember it. Give me just like a minute. Um, I was thinking about. Damn it, dude. There's so many good RPGs. I know that I had said like a bunch of them already, but damn it, which was the one I really wanted? Maybe I'll think of it later, but I guess I can put like here. Okay, I just want to say that the milestone games of my time are such, and I'm not going to pick them. I just want them to be known, right?
Yeah.
Like I lived through Chrono Trigger, FF6/3, FF7, all the basically from 6 on. I lived them all, plus
Yeah.
some of the ones
Exactly.
before. And those were like the ones I spent the most time on, I think. Um, I guess I can mention another one. Probably Undertale's really dope, but I didn't finish it, so I guess I can't really say that one.
I don't. Would you consider that an RPG? Undertale?
100% RPG.
Yeah,
It
Because
would
Yeah.
of
be action
the
Undertale
RPG at
story.
the very
it's a
least.
Yeah.
full
Undertale
story.
is a straight up
It's a
RPG.
full role play. It's a
Yeah.
full character rolling
Yeah.
through. an
Yep.
actual. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I could. Okay, I'm just gonna say yeah, but I'll say Earthbound. I'll say Earthbound, and then I'll
Okay.
try to think of the one I was thinking of before.
All right.
I want to go with Xenogears.
It's a good one.
Oh,
Ooh.
excellent choice. Excellent choice.
For my
Um,
love of Mecha, and you know what might be my next one if I say my love for Mecha. Franto mission.
oh, okay. So we're back to me.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so this is going to be top two range. And I'm very torn because I know I have an idea of what my number one is. No one's going to pick it, I'm pretty sure. But
Better not.
my number two, because based on the time I was at in my life, and just the memories was Final Fantasy X. Um,
Mm.
yeah, Final Fantasy X. I remember one of the first PlayStation 2 games I had. I remember I bought Mortal Kombat 5, A Deadly Alliance.
Yep.
David remembers the day I
I
actually
play a lot of that.
the
Yep.
PlayStation and the game. And then the next game was Final Fantasy X, and I remember just Spira, and then I remember just being engrossed in that world. Um,
Yep.
yeah, just engrossed in that world, and I remember going to, and it was during that time when we were going to Fanime at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and cosplaying as Final Fantasy characters was, I don't want to say new because people were always cosplaying as 7 and 8 characters, but it was common now. It was common to cosplay as a Final Fantasy character. At by
Yeah.
that yeah, 2000 to 2002, 2003. These guys,
Tifas,
yep,
Ares.
Yeah.
Orins, yeah. So,
Orange. Yeah. There
um,
was so many. Yeah.
Oh, there's so many female squalls. And what was the one that plays opposite a squall? God.
Yuna,
Uh, no,
Yuna.
no, no, no. The guy with the trench coat.
Oh, Orin,
Doofus?
Orin.
Orin.
No,
No,
Orange.
no,
was
no,
it
no, no,
Orin?
no.
No, no,
No.
no.
No. No.
Tan
No.
trench coat.
Um.
Play
No,
opposite a squall.
yeah, he
I
had
don't
like
remember the name.
that hair, right?
Titus.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Titus and Squall?
No.
I'm thinking of
Shoot.
something else.
No, yeah,
Squall and something else.
Squall fought another soldier.
Yeah, and he had
Yeah.
blonde hair. He kind of had like the hair
Oh,
swoop.
from Final Fantasy 8. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I
I
know
mean,
who
like in
you're
the
talking
end, he
about.
fights Eden, right? But
No, I know who you're talking about. Shoot,
But
I
there were
forgot the
so many
name.
female cosplayers dressing up as them. I was like, this is kind of like, wow, that's hot, but
Yeah,
you're
because
playing a dude.
at the very
I
was
don't
it
know what to
Jet?
think.
Was his name Jet?
no, but
No.
that's the guy that Squall fights at the opening intro of the game.
Yeah,
We
Yes.
actually have the sword battle. Yeah,
Yeah, the Phantom Blades.
that's how he gets
Cipher.
the scar, right?
Cipher. Yes,
Cypher.
thank
There
you,
you go.
Cipher.
Cipher. His
It's
name is
like
Cipher.
I'm trying to remember the
Nice,
name. I had to go look it up real quick. Cipher.
Yes,
nice.
Cipher
Cipher.
Yep.
Almazy.
Yeah,
Cypher.
but
Also
like
the same person who backstabs the Nebuchadnezzar. So that's cool.
yeah,
No, no,
but
nobody. Nobody.
I yes, I
Matrix.
know Matrix. Yeah, yeah,
That's such a great scene of him eating the steak.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. I
sound,
know
yeah.
it.
that
I know it's not
ASMR
real.
from the steak, dude, that was
Yeah.
real. I still remember how it sounds. It sounds so good.
Yeah, because he betrays them. He just wants to be ignorant.
Yeah. He's like, I
Yeah,
know this is not real, but my mind's telling me that it's real,
Yeah.
and I know it's delicious.
yeah. So, Final Fantasy X, great game, great PS2 game, great graphics, great storyline. Very among the hardcore fans, that's very touch and go. But I love the game, and I had a lot of fun and a lot of good memories. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my number two. All right, so I will go back to Zip.
Ooh, it's number two's now. It's up there. Don't want to take away some of the other ones that Christian already said. Uh, um, Legacy of Kain,
Ooh, Soul
Ooh.
Reaver.
Soul Reaver.
Year of
Yep.
King. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's a
And
good
I wish
ask.
they made additional sequels and stuff to it.
Damn. So
Was
if you're calling Soul Reaver an RPG, because I don't know, is that a ARPG?
That's an action
Yeah,
RPG. The
it's
top
an
down. Are
action
you
RPG.
talking about Blood
So
Omen,
then
right? Are you talking
then
about Blood
let me
Omen
ask
or
you
Soul
Blood
Reaver?
Omen.
Yeah, Blood
let
Omen
me
Oh,
ask you
is
Blood
this
an
Omen
then.
was
action RPG.
good.
Then let me ask you this then. What about Dante's Inferno? Or Devil May Cry, I mean. Devil May Cry.
Devil May
How
Cry
different is
is a
it?
straight
How
up
different
action
is it from
game,
Soul
dude.
Reaver?
Huh?
How
Soul
different is
Reaver
it
is
from
a straight
Soul?
up action game.
Oh, but the other
Yeah,
one has RPG elements.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Blood Omen is top down.
Blood
It's
Omen is top
top
down.
down like
It's kind of
Zelda.
like
It's kind of like
Legacy,
Diablo-ish.
a Zelda
yeah,
game.
Legacy. The Soul Reaver one, that's the straight an action,
That's straight
Got
up
it.
action
Okay.
action,
game. But Blood
action
Omen
Yeah.
is
game,
like a Zelda game.
a Zelda like
Okay.
game.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
with
Got it.
flesh eating with the flesh eating
with
vampire. Yeah,
I
flesh-eating zombies and vampires.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like to base or like if I wanted to compare its game style, I would say like Diablo 2. Very top down isometric camera and
Yeah,
Okay.
your cane
mm-hmm.
walking around. So
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So Soul Reaver is based on a different character. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot
yeah.
the main character of Soul Reaver,
I
but
remember what he looks like. He had like the bandana and he was
The
like blue.
It's
banana and
me.
like the blue.
It's
yeah.
me. No, I'm him. Um, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
cool.
to
Good pick.
you,
All
Alan.
right. You guys never see this shit coming. River City Ransom
Ooh.
I
Mm.
mean, in the same vein as Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because it takes the same ideas
is
from
literally
yeah.
the whole progenitor of Scott Pilgrim.
Oh
All
Yes.
yeah,
those
no,
games.
no, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm just throwing it as a honorable mention
Oh yeah. River City
because I fucking
Ransom.
played the shit out of that game.
I
Yeah.
played the shit out of that game, dude. It's so fucking fun. Even if you don't beat the game, just going around beating up your friends while playing the game is hella fun.
And then going to the shops, eating up and bulking up.
Yep. Getting the stone
Mm-hmm.
hand, getting the dragon kick, getting all that shit.
Oh
Hella
yeah.
fun.
Now, did you play the River City Girls yet?
I have it. Yeah, I did play.
What'd you think?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Is that
okay.
it?
It's not a quality game.
Oh,
It's not.
I was
The
gonna kickstart or not kickstart, but limit to run the zero.
it's really fun. And each girl has a very different vibe and plays differently, which I really enjoy.
Okay.
But the the dialogue is kind of trash and some of the pacing of the game makes it seem cheap. So what I mean by
Mm,
that is like when you go from like scene to scene fighting, right? You know how sometimes you have to load to a new scene.
yeah.
The quality of those scenes is like kind of cool and everything, but it's like it doesn't I don't feel the story whatsoever until I get to the boss.
Okay.
You feel me?
All right.
It's just it feels a little fillery in the middle. So
Now,
they don't really like pique my interest. They don't really get me into the story. Like there's not enough details pulling me, to make it seem like a really quality game.
Okay.
did it do it better or worse than Scott Pilgrim?
They did it a lot worse. Scott Pilgrim's actually a really great game. Very well made game.
Very
Very
short
well
though.
made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Easter eggs. Anyways, that's me.
Yeah, is there?
River City Ransom.
Okay. Um, I was gonna say front mission for my two, but I'm gonna step away from the tactical RPG and go with Legend of Dragoon.
Awesome
Ooh,
choice.
Ooh.
good
Awesome choice. I'm
Ooh.
choice.
glad you
That's a
brought that
That's
up.
an
good
awesome
I'm glad you
choice.
brought that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, the art style, the active
Yeah.
gameplay,
The art
like
style is
it's
beautiful on a CRT, but have you tried playing it on a HD TV?
okay, Mr. Rich Guy. No, no, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, no, it's not as good. I wish I had a CRT to play it because it looks great. Like when we were playing it when we were like teenagers, but
Yeah.
Maybe you need like a converter. I don't know, like a quality converter.
yeah, but that's a lot of money. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Uh,
a great game. I'm glad you brought that up.
Legend of Dragoon, it had an active fight system as well. So I think it
Yeah.
had like timing circles. So everything will close into a circle, and you had to click on it to get additional damage.
Yep.
Um, which was cool. And like the whole like, see, I guess with Xenogears and this one, you have two different forms, which is kind of nice. You got your mech
Yeah.
form, you got your regular form, you got your regular fighter, you got your dragoon. So, um, yeah, Legend
That's
Dragoon number
yeah.
dos.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
a good
All
ass
right.
game.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So back to me. So,
Yep.
um,
Your number one.
my number
Everybody's number one,
one.
Or
Final
So
Fantasy 7. Done.
I'm
Then again, yeah.
very no.
Final Fantasy
I'm
1 through
very
7.
torn.
Hey,
Between two games. All right. So I'm going to
oh,
mention the two games, but I'm going to tell you my number one.
number one.
Tales of Vesperia. Very game.
Ooh.
But my favorite Tales game of all time. Tales of Arise just came out for PS5 and Xbox. That was a great game, but my favorite Tales game of all time and my one of my favorite RPGs is Tales of Berseria. Velvet Crow is one of my favorite um, leading characters. She's a nice waifu. Um, I mean, Joe was there. Remember Joe and I tried to when we were at Artist Alley and I was trying to get the Velvet Crow and then like the other person like got in front of me and got it. But yeah,
Damn.
Velvet
Oh.
Crow is a very good character and
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, just it's nice to give a Tales game some love. Um, but yeah, out of all the Tales games, it Tales has a very hardcore fan base. Not very big fan base, but very good, passionate fan base,
Yeah.
and I'm passionate about Tales of Berseria. Please play it. I think PlayStation. I already have the game physically, but I rebought it digitally just to play through it again. It's
Oh.
on sale on PSN for $10 now. I think it's a
Nice.
Golden Week sale, so most of the JRPGs or the Japanese games are on sale. So, um,
Ooh.
Tales of Berseria definitely my number one. With that said, please play Tales of Vesperia too, but Tales of Berseria. The pressure's on with Zip.
Ooh, man. Number one. There's so many honorable mentions I don't want to give away. But one I probably have good memories with. Didn't play it as much, but watched a lot of other people play. Um, I had good memories with Valkyrie Profile.
Oh yeah, Lenneth. Yeah, there's Lenneth and there's all yeah
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I
Yeah.
have Lenneth on PSP. Valkyrie Pro. I have that on
Yeah.
The
PSP.
Hey
Bispa.
Zip, did you did you play the Shadowrun RPG? The
I
Sega
Shadowrun
played.
Genesis
RPG?
one. It's the
Oh,
Sega Genesis one.
Yeah.
Or was that your brother? I know your brother played the shit out of that game.
That is practically an RPG, right? Yeah.
It
That's an
I
literally is
RPG.
an
told.
RPG.
Sorry, take that back. Shadowrun, Sega Genesis, because that's what brought the actual gaming of Shadowrun. Me and my brother playing itself.
I see. I had
I
to get your
told.
back,
Yep.
bro. I was like,
Sidetracked. I
it
was
was
so
getting weird that you
sidetracked. I
never
thought.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Because
play me because I
for
said
some reason,
I'm putting the pressure to Zip. That's
for
what I
some
said.
like a lot of times I was thinking a lot of like action RPGs and out of tactical RPGs, not like really old score or leveling that, you know, and that one itself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Damn. I dropped the ball on myself.
Got him.
Alan had to pick it up for
oh,
me.
on me.
And
You're welcome. I got
Sega
you. I got
Genesis,
you. I got you.
He kept it
Shadowrun, Sega
on
Genesis.
him.
It's a good one. It's a really good
Yeah.
game. Really difficult, actually. And it
Hmm.
really followed the Shadowrun universe and kind of
The
like actually
universe
how the
itself,
pen and paper works pretty well.
pen and paper. Yeah.
I personally played the Super Nintendo version,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Yeah,
I know the Sega Genesis version is better, but I enjoyed.
They're both good, right? It's just Sega Genesis followed more true to the actual pen and paper compared to the Super Nintendo version itself.
yeah. So I just remembered this one, and I'm so glad that I did. Fallout 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, good call.
Fallout
Yeah.
I'm glad that you
Two.
remembered the
Two.
game you really wanted to mention in the end
Actually,
at
the
the
game I
last
wanted to mention before was Shin Megami Tensei.
one. Ooh,
Mm,
Um,
which I
that
just
was
picked up
Mm,
number 3 for the
I
Switch.
think was it 3? I just thought it was so cool that you could like control your own demons and devils and shit like that, and like you could just get it is basically like the like a more severe version of Pokemon, like non cutesy.
oh yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
hmm
So
Very cool. I
honorable
thought that was
mention,
cool. It's
Alan.
definitely an
Honor,
honorable mention. Definitely an
Honor
honorable
mention.
mention. But yeah, now that I really think about it, dude, Fallout 2 was a fucking banger. That shit was so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My
And
number
your
one.
number one.
number one.
Unfortunately, Christian already called it out. Was Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Ooh.
That hurt. That hurt real bad because
That
I
was
played
my
that
first
a
one too.
lot.
That was the first one too.
I played that a
Yeah.
lot too.
So guys, you're gonna have to convince me a little bit more. I still think that game is an action game. Period.
Well,
Like
there's.
you say, there's progression with the weapons,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yes, with the
there's no
hearts.
progression with the character.
With no, you get more heart. You
Uh,
get more health.
You get
okay.
more health.
Because
You
Okay.
I
get
was
more
gonna
health.
because
You obtain the Master Sword.
I
You
was
get
gonna
more.
Yeah,
segue
you get more
into
health.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
You get more health. It is it is ending up following a slightly of a story
yeah,
at the
yeah.
end itself.
It's the
Mhm.
epitome of an action RPG. Like if you think an action RPG, it's always been like Zelda.
And you got quests that
So,
that make you go back and forth.
Yeah.
hmm,
Um, because I was gonna segue
one.
that thought onto Breath of the Wild.
Oh, Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Really great game. Alan, I can't hear your audio. Um, yeah, I
Wait,
can't
can
hear
you hear
you.
me now?
Oh, there you go. Good, good.
Okay, cool.
I don't
So
know if
is
that
that
was
an
weird.
honorable mention?
But I
Oh,
think the reason why I want to go with Breath of the Wild,
Okay.
you
Okay.
got all these different weapons. The weapons break. You have like Fallout. You can just have like your like a massive inventory of stuff. There's food compositions that you can make for your character. There is you can climb anything as long as you have your fucking stamina. Um, lot of side things to do. All those little mini dungeons are great, very puzzle heavy, and I really like puzzle heavy games. I'm not a big fan of the horse system because you can pretty much kill your horse, and I think that's fucking bullshit. But other than that, fucking love that game. Unfortunately, my memory for that one was also deleted,
So
damn, dude.
so I
That is.
haven't touched it since. But I'm really disappointed because I'm gonna have to start working my the all the dungeons over again. But yeah, there you go. That's my number one. It was either that or Front Mission 3.
so
Hmm,
you can so the Front Mission 3 is
honorable
um
mention.
yeah, honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I put into it, and I love mechs, that one there was already a tactical that took its spot.
No. Okay, well, I
All
mean,
right.
there you go. There you go.
Those
So
are our
yeah,
takes. There's so many other
those are
random
excellent mentions.
honorable
There's so
mentions
many
throughout
other.
the. There's
Oh, there's
so
so many out
many.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm,
yeah, and the reason why I love playing RPGs, JRPGs in particular is that you
it's because
actually
you're not
you get
Adam
your
Sessler.
money's worth, and you're getting fuzzy there. You
Oh,
get your
me?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
So
You good?
I personally believe that out of all the genres of video games, um, you get your money's worth most with an RPG.
Oh yeah,
Just because the
Yeah,
I
story,
concur.
the
yeah.
grinding, the replay value, like some RPGs, you don't really get the real ending until you play it again, or like you get a new game plus, and then you can play the game again fully powered up.
Oh,
So
Chrono Trigger.
Game
yes,
Plus.
yes, thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
so
you lean more towards JRPGs because you're not Adam Sessler.
What?
You know,
yes, and I'll okay.
See,
So quick rant.
yeah.
Rant.
Quick rant.
That flew over my
So
head. Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
sorry, sorry.
G4 back
So
in the day. Oh, go ahead.
go
Sorry.
ahead. So there was a channel G4,
Yep.
as Christian was mentioning,
Oh, I know
and there
G4.
was like a game review, and one of the guys was Adam Sessler, and that guy would bag on the Japanese RPGs. He wouldn't like give them high scores because it
Him
wasn't
and
his thing,
Morgan
so he
Webb.
was very
Yeah.
biased about it.
Him and
Sounds kind of
Morgan Webb. Yeah.
racist.
I
No, it's
guess.
just
Ooh,
it's
Morgan
just
Webb though.
it's just the way they reviewed games is like it seems like
Very
they favored
American.
more first person shooter games.
Oh,
And I know
more quick
and
action.
and
You know,
their defense
quick
is
action, quick
they
replay.
only they give good scores to the fun games. But I mean
Ouch.
that is so subjective. So now, but this was how they reviewed games, and this was just a TV show. But now, like if you go to review sites, they actually have reviewers that are experts in that genre of video game. So
experts.
yeah, experts.
Some,
But it's all
yeah,
subjective. It's all subjective, right?
Yeah,
In the
it
end.
is. It is.
Um, but I mean, X Play was okay. For example, they gave one of the most beloved games in the Final Fantasy franchise, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core for the PSP. Very beloved. I mean, ask our friends. um,
yeah.
Cat and
Oh
Actually,
no,
YouTube.
I've
a
gotten as
You
far
lot
as
of
playing
people.
a demo. I played the demo of Crisis Core.
Yeah. So, and I have it. I mean, I love it. I played through it, but X-Play actually gave it a 2 out of 5, and they bagged
Man,
on the game
nah,
heavy.
dude, they suck, dude. They suck.
Yeah. So, and they made fun of Shin Megami Tensei. They
They
like
just
they actually did a skit making fun of it. So,
nah,
I mean,
dude. It sounds like they're just a bunch of bullies.
yeah. So if you are going to base your game experience off of just review sites or review. I mean, the best way to gauge how good a game is just go to a forum or actually go to comments or speak to other gamers, but like make a balanced decision. Make a combination of like Metacritic scores. I think
Metacritic.
are the most balanced because it's an amalgamation of
Yeah.
all the
You get
reviews.
you got your reviewers, and then you got community reviews.
Hmm.
Yep, yep,
Hmm.
and
So
I like that
yeah,
they do that on Steam as well. They actually have that system.
yeah.
Yeah,
So but yeah, that's the mini rant that I have.
yeah,
So just basically, RPGs are great because you get your money's worth and your story. I mean, to me, RPGs are like reading a book. I like reading books
that
too,
you
but
get you're
yeah,
involved in.
yeah, it's the closest thing to reading a book as you can because you're involved in it. You read the story. The storyline is very deep and engrossing, and you have a
S-
hand in it. So
so like a light novel is considered an RPG.
Mhm.
a light novel is a light novel.
Light novel video game.
You're just pressing X the whole time. Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Oh,
Doki
you
Doki
mean
Literal Club.
no? You
Come
mean
on.
Xenosaga?
This is
The second,
Xenosaga. Oh
Xenosaga,
man,
I like. Actually, honorable mention Xenosaga.
I
It
tried
was
playing
hype.
these. I
Here- Here's some honorable mentions itself.
Here's the
Baldur's
thing, though.
Gate,
I think that a lot. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate is a fucking
Baldur's
good
Gate,
ass
okay.
game. Are you kidding? That game's
Pillars of Eternity, and
Oh yeah,
Divinity
Pillars.
2.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Those
But
are a
yeah,
couple honorable mentions right there for other
Dungeon
people don't.
Siege. Dungeon Siege.
Dungeon
Remember that shit?
Siege,
That was a
Siege.
good ass game too.
I think I have
yeah.
Baldur's Gate for
Torchlight.
the Switch.
Torchlight 2.
Torchlight.
I
Torchlight
mean,
3 is coming out for
I
free.
don't know. Torchlight is a pretty much a Diablo
Yeah, okay, so
game.
Torchlight 2
Is
is what I'm
is the
talking
same
about.
Torchlight
So
2.
no, it's the
Isn't it the
same.
same
But
director, developers as?
here's what I really liked about Torchlight over Diablo. Torchlight actually had a little bit more character in each class. It was a little bit more customizable, and the leveling system, like when you leveled it felt like you could do more with skill than just having to be a higher
Than
level.
just having a higher level.
And like
Okay.
the character classes were very very imaginative too. Like for example, the engineer or whatever, you have three very different paths that you could take, and it's not just because like in Diablo, it's tight. Don't get me wrong, Diablo is fucking tight. It's really fun, visually amazing, right? Very fun to just chew through tons of enemies and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I feel like they had it. I don't know. They had more deep character with Torchlight, and I had a lot of fun, like just leveling up in that game in a different way than I did in Diablo.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, am I allowed to call out Monster Hunter Rise as a as an RPG? No, I don't think
That's
so. I
hard
mean,
for me
there's
to
there's
accept as an
there's
RPG.
there's gear progression. There is minimal story. Minimal. There's like,
that's the main thing. Is RPG wise,
it
it's
needs a
more
full
on
on
this.
story.
More it has to have a more of an in depth of a corresponding story itself.
That's why I think
Like
Elden Ring
and
and Yakuza have really strong stories. I think. I mean, I actually Elden Ring. The story is how much you make of it, because you can run around and do all these side quests and get all these hidden stuff, or you can just go mainline it and just go straight to the story.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
I mean,
same as Yakuza.
we might as well mention Skyrim,
Oh yeah, Skyrim, Sneaky
that's
Archer,
Borderlands.
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 Yeah,
I really want to try the new one,
Oh, the
Tiny
Not
Tina's
Moxie.
Wonderland.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've
Wonderland.
heard
Yeah.
mixed reviews on it right now. Main one that's having the issue itself with it, from what I heard, is the group play. There's not really a group play.
What? I thought that was the whole point.
That's the
I
whole
thought it was
point.
like video game D&D.
Yeah,
D&D.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fantasy based Borderlands.
Okay.
That's why it's cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like really fun to play in a group because it literally is modeled
that's
after
what they're
D&D.
usually.
Yes.
But yeah, Tiny Tina's. That's from what I've seen or heard about some of their mixed reviews on it itself.
That's such a very surprising turn of events.
Yes, it's like that's the main reason for that game. It's like you can't really play with your friends. What the fuck?
That's yeah, it's kind of weird to have like a single player. I mean, it's not weird to have a single player in Borderland because they do good storytelling.
They do, yeah.
But
But
Jesus,
that's usually as a group play for those kind of games. You know,
I should probably I
I'm
should
pretty sure they go. I'm pretty sure they go fix it very shortly. But like I said, it just released like what, last week or 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah. Oh, so other so you have the Borderlands, and I also want to give attention to Scarlet Nexus. Um,
ooh,
I want it's already on sale, so I don't think enough people bought it, so I want to really make sure it gets up there. But Scarlet Nexus is a very good video game that I played through. I bought it for Xbox, but it's also available for PS4 and PS5.
huh.
So make sure you play that. Um,
Oh, I was actually kind of excited about this game and I forgot it was coming out. It looks really good.
oh, it
which
is
one?
great. It's Brain Punk. So
Oh,
so the characters, like
yeah,
if you achieve like powers um from your brain, you get enhanced abilities. Um so
yeah.
very good very good storyline, and the only thing is you're gonna have to do a lot of reading because the cutscenes are like still cutscenes like a visual novel. So it's a
Oh,
lot of action, but like the cutscenes are not animated. They're like stills. So
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen the anime?
No. I know they made an anime, but
They did.
um honestly, when I play a video game and then there's another form of media,
that accompanies it, I kind of hesitate to watch it. I know it's probably good, but like that's why it's the same reason why I didn't watch Uncharted, because like I played the Uncharted I played all four Uncharted games and the side game, and the storyline is so good on the video game that it I could tell from the previews that it might ruin it for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the experience of Uncharted might get ruined if I watch the the actual live action movie of that. So,
Well,
um,
now that you mentioned like other media, I really want to just one last honorable mention. Dot hack sign.
yes, thank
Ooh,
you,
Ooh, hack.
ooh,
thank you. All three.
Shit.
All of them.
There's not
It's
yeah,
a
yeah
simulated MMO.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Brilliant.
yep,
So fucking
yep.
brilliant,
It was
actually.
so brilliant. Like the way they executed the game and the animated like it
yep,
was
Yeah, dude, their marketing was insanely awesome,
yeah.
dude. The
yeah.
way,
That
yeah, the
was
whole they created a
the way
whole
they
make
created the
believe
whole everything.
universe,
Yeah,
and you fed into it yourself. Like, I love that shit, right? Getting
yep,
The,
email from random people and shit is so cool.
the
It,
problem with that is at the time I had to choose between following that series or Xenosaga, and I ended up choosing Xenosaga at the time.
yeah.
No regrets
mm,
though. I
No,
really like
they're
Xenosaga.
no
both good.
No,
regrets.
they're both
Yeah,
they're both
yeah, but they're
they're
both good
both
in their own way.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about throwing other medias into an RPG. Um, I know this game didn't do too hot. I think it only got a rating of 80 on my game eye. Battle Chasers. It was a kind of a shorter game, made by Joe Magera.
Boy,
I
I
can't
think I
remember
know
his
what
last
you're
name.
talking about.
Uh,
I think
Let
I
me
have
see.
that on Xbox. I haven't played it.
Joe Madureira. Madureira. But he's his.
Oh,
But the game is based on a comic book, Battle
oh, sick.
Chasers, and the
mm,
artwork is
okay,
great. And it's a turn-based RPG. Um, it's a little grindy. I finished it pretty quickly. I wish there was more content to it, but just like its comic book, it doesn't really have that much content.
Just a lot of
But
fighting.
because the series didn't last that long, the comic book series,
Mm.
but the
okay.
artwork's great, and he's done other works like Savage Wolverine.
Oh
He
wow.
did an issue of Deadpool the Circle, or at least the
Mm.
front cover maybe. Um, Ultimates 3, Art of Darkstalkers 2. So he's been around. Um, but
Okay.
that one's a fun game. I played it to its entirety because I'm a fanboy, comic book fanboy. So I wanted to just shout that one out.
Oh man, I'm
Okay.
fading, guys. I'm fading.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
All right. So
um,
Let's just
I,
do closing thoughts. We
wait,
were
wait.
like way.
Wait, wait.
All
What are
right.
you
Did
trying to say, dude?
did are we counting Don was it Devil's May Cry as a
Nope.
no,
RPG? No,
that's a straight
Nope.
up
because
action. That's an
if
action
if
Yeah.
game.
if I was
That
if
was
that
so
was the
actually
case, then
supposed
I
to be
would
a
have said
Resident Evil
Bayonetta.
game.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta, yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. I could just make the argument that in Devil May Cry, you also increase your health bar. You also upgrade your weapons. You also play as Dante. There is a story. So, like, to me, the line is starting to get a little blurred.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're exactly. I mean, um,
Okay.
that's
What about
always
children?
been that. I mean, let's it. We're going into little subtleties, but that's always been defined as an action game generally. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to really. I know. I understand where Joe's going to, but I mean that's always been defined as an action game.
it is. It
Okay.
is definitely an
Yeah.
action game. But
What about
I just
children of
wanted to call
Morta?
to attention that it like the terms we're using
Hmm.
technically applies. You know.
Technically
Yeah,
Yeah.
applies.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
What about children of Morta? Top down
Ooh.
I heard about that game, but I haven't really played it to
player
the how many
progression,
playing it.
grinding player progression. Every time you come out of the dungeon, there's little bits of the story kind of unfolds. Like, oh, the wife is being pregnant at that moment. She's going to give birth, and then every time you come out, there's a different progression. Like, oh, your brother came back, and then now you can play the brother, and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. And there's now, I think, 2 expansions for it. So it's a pretty cool game. I think I told Alan when I first got it, like, the music's really good, the narration's good. It's top down Diablo style, so isometric camera down. Enemies get kind of repetitive, but after you finish the dungeon, you come back up. That's always what I'm waiting for after that dungeon. I'm like, ooh, what are they gonna tell me now? What's new at the house? I always found that kind of nice. So I don't know if that you consider that an RPG or not. There's, like I said, there's story progression and there's gear progression.
Okay. Well, I
All
mean,
right.
it sounds like an RPG. So, uh, at this point, we'll just take your word for it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fools. I mean, what?
it's all right.
Sorry, Joe. It's just I haven't played it to like
Yeah,
formally.
I don't even know the game, so can't
Yeah.
really say anything about it.
Then I'm saying it's an RPG. Haha.
All right.
All right. All right.
Let
So
me see what like Wikipedia what it says
Shit.
on it.
yeah. All right. So yeah, we're really going into overtime here, guys. So
Crazy
Yeah.
overtime.
I just want to
Four-wheel
say
drive.
that yeah, so we're all big fans of RPGs, and we're just sharing our love to this media that we, in the end, it's all fun, um and it's basically just another form of storytelling, um just like Game of Thrones, um and in an art form that um I personally prefer playing RPGs than watching movies or reading books. I love my JRPGs in particular. So, yeah. So, with that said, my name is CEO of the Bantering Weebs, and we will see you.
This is it.
Good
Signing
night
out.
and party
Good
on.
night, guys.
Night.
See ya.
There